Hello, ready for Rainbow Six Siege?
現地組以外の方も、ミラーで配信してくださってるので、そちらの配信でもドロップスもらえるんでね。
あれあれは
皆さん見てください。何
ぬいぐるみ
あれ
Flashbang here.
Microphone activated.
Thank you for follow.
mi? Reactive. ¿Qué? specialists to fight terror. The moment is now. Join Rainbow.
Let's go.
The day is finally here. And the time has almost come for you to see the next evolution of Rainbow Six Siege. Welcome to the Siege X Showcase. Awesome. My name is Patricia Somerset, and today I am here with a champion-tiered squad of developers, casters, and creators to show you what Siege X is all about. You can think of me as a squad leader. Shouldn't be too much of a stretch. As the voice of Ash, I'm used to delivering commanding lines. So how about this one? All right, operators. You've trained for this. You're ready for this. The mission starts now.
Blow it up.
Of your favorite content creators have assembled here in Atlanta to usher in an explosive new era of Siege. Folks, this is the Siege X Showcase. We'll be starting off showing those content creators. First up was Team Skittles. Team Meaty Marley will join next, and get loud for your favorite content creators.
We got a lot of familiar faces on that roster alone, what we even previously saw from Team Skittles, so I'm excited to see what we got through and through to see the rest of these teams.
There are a lot of Brazilian content creators that you might be familiar with. It's Team Raza up next.
Got Team Brazil mixing with a little bit from all around the globe.
Team Pestily is going to join them next, walking out of the large X. I'm going to be honest, I know there's a lot of you here. You got to be louder than that. Come on.
You know, we just
talked
about Team Brazil. Now we got Team A and Z coming through.
There's a lot of players that'll be coming out, 48 in total. Some familiar faces, some newer to our scene, but I mean, hey, it's a new era for our game. Team Spoit is up next.
No, we've talked about Spoit a lot, but there's some phenomenal controller players coming from that Xbox scene here.
That controller player, by the way, there's a bunch of them on Stable Ronaldo, the next team walking out.
You know, I saw Kiki warming up. She's looking strong, but they also have Frankie there, Diamond 1.
Some familiar faces that you might recognize of this group walking out. The next is Team Lacey.
Very big names coming alive right there as we see one of our own right there with Uzi. That's my boy.
Uzi should be a familiar face for those of you that follow along online. And Team Pengu, a team of names that you've seen and heard before, but I think that's the controller players you were talking about.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't see Pengu just yet.
I don't see Pengu. I used to work with him. You used to play against him. My name's Intero. I'm joined by Laxing. We've been long-standing members of this community, and we are happy to welcome you in to what might be the most exciting thing we've ever done in Siege. On the left side of your screen, this side, because we're mirrored, you're going to see what we're getting up to today. We're going to be starting off with a new game mode. You heard it here. Not just Siege, but something brand new. After that, we're going to talk about updates to the core of Siege, the game that we know and love,
but I think
and have spent much of the last
66.
10 years playing. And then how about we finish off by showing those changes in action in Siege X in a 5v5 show match.
Honestly, Parker, I am so excited, to say the least. I don't know which one I'm more excited for. There's so much that we are going to be showing and exploring. And again, I am just absolutely thrilled to be here with you.
We've got to run a tight ship, so both of us are talkers, so we're going to have to be a little bit brief. But before we get into the action, I'm going to need your help. Do me a favor. Connect your Ubisoft Connect and Twitch accounts, because later on in the day, we'll be announcing a very special drop for everybody that's watching through either this stream or one of our partnered streams. But before we unveil what it is, make sure your Ubisoft Connect and Twitch accounts are linked together. I, as well, am very excited.
I think that's the only way to put it, and put the emphasis on the X.
Yeah. It's going to be a quick day today. It's going to fly by like no tomorrow, and there's a lot to unveil. Of course, a new game mode is something that will surprise people. I think that the updates to the game are going to be pretty spectacular as well. But enough from us. How about we send it to two of the greatest minds at Ubisoft who have helped make Siege X possible, Alex and Joshua.
First of all, let's hear for Ash. I mean Patricia, but it's amazing to have the voice of Ash here today with us. Welcome to the showcase. My name is Alex Karpazis, creative director of Siege, and today is the day we finally unveil Siege X.
And I'm Joshua Mills, game director. After 3 years of work, the wait is over. And we're taking the core Siege experience to the next level.
We have a ton of details to share with you about how Siege is evolving with exciting updates like modernized maps, an audio overhaul, advanced rappel, and much, much more. In a few minutes, you will see live gameplay of those changes. But before that, we have a very first Siege X trailer to share with you. This is the new era of Siege.
Marvel transition.
I got all my soldiers on the need to know. Once I get a green, we all on beast mode. Feeling lightheaded, come on,
Cześć.
close, treading up a sleeve.
Ui, siorku.
Dajcie.
Já budu festovat plus bozem žádný, jako saluda, se divný vůd. Kde je Sidixu?
Ale
to my kids, hereditary rich, rockin' with a legendary clip. What you know about it? We was two legends for the mud. Stand on what I made for. Say I'm through they mind, bet that's what I aim for. We was splitting scraps, now we got a main course.
모든 tamrin이 아따게 것인데 뭐하?
vale.
Running with the guys said, give you my respect. I ain't give you my spot, kid. Say my best regards, but we done taking losses.
That's a lot to take in. That's why, over the next few hours, we'll cover all of it. We have 48 content creators around us getting set up right now with 4 live matches. And if you're quick with the math, then you've noticed that something quite doesn't add up. That's because they will be playing our brand new 6 versus 6 game mode, the first permanent new game mode since the launch of Siege. We've taken the strategy, teamwork, high-stakes gameplay that make Rainbow Six Siege so special and built a completely new game mode that's designed to push the limits of what Siege can be. Get ready for strategic plays, unexpected twists, and all-out action. This is Dual Front.
Dual Front is the culmination of years of hard work by our incredibly dedicated and talented team. They explored many different avenues and experimented with expanding the very core of Siege. In the end, the process came down to asking ourselves a very simple question. What if? What if we could expand the size of squads and have attackers and defenders work together? What if we had one persistent round to settle the outcome of a match with less downtime? What if we could expand the narrative and universe in-game seasonally? What if? One of the answers to these questions was to design a brand new, ever-evolving map where the action takes place. Welcome to District. District is a new map created exclusively for Dual Front and built to change with ongoing updates. This map is uniquely designed to support the exciting gameplay of Dual Front and create new possibilities we've never seen before in Siege. Let's break it down. 2 symmetrical fronts, each featuring 3 sectors, set up the main framework of the map. Teams must capture one front while simultaneously defending the other as they work their way deeper and deeper into enemy territory. The ultimate goal? Reach the final sector and destroy the prototype in the enemy's HQ. The map's layout balances open areas and strategic choke points, demanding coordination and adaptability. And when I say open areas, this also includes outside. Players will now be able to move between indoor and outdoor spaces, extending their defenses beyond the walls of the building and setting up for some devastating ambushes. So if you don't drone, it's time to start. If the enemy does catch you off guard and eliminates you, you will be able to return to the fight as your currently selected operator or select a different operator for a tactical adjustment. Success hinges on balancing offense, defense, and team composition while seizing every opportunity to lead your team to victory. Which brings us to the neutral sector, a central area where a time-limited assignment will offer you the chance to shift the momentum of battle. Here's a preview of our first seasonal assignment.
Intel has zeroed in on an available assignment in the neutral sector. The enemy has started the extraction. Move to intercept. Move to resecure. Well done. Proceed to extraction. Excellent work. You've completed the assignment.
The neutral sector is a high-stakes conflict zone where bold plays lead to game-changing rewards. Players can tackle the time-limited assignment that will grant valuable bonuses. It's important to keep in mind that taking this risk means leaving key positions open, as every operator participating in the assignment is one less operator in your attack or defense frontline. The race to secure these objectives is intense, and success in the neutral sector can tip the scales of victory, making it a battleground where split-second decisions and daring strategies can define the match. With each new season, players can expect a new assignment in Dual Front. This means new narrative, gameplay, and neutral sector map updates.
Dual Front was built from the ground up to use the strengths of Siege, while adding new twists. If you're new to Siege, this is a perfect game mode to play. Everyone is on a level playing field with a single new map to learn. There's also a limited operator pool, allowing players to focus on a smaller roster. We will be changing the operators in this pool twice a season, so that a new exciting meta is just around the corner. Finally, we all know that every life is a lesson. Respawn is an important part of this mode, allowing players to experiment and learn through play. You can join the closed beta later today on PC and current-gen consoles. Your feedback will help us release the best experience for Siegex.
Now that you know what Dual Front is, it's time to see it in action. Let's kick it over. Let's kick it over to our legendary casters and see your favorite creators exploring and discovering all Dual Front has to offer right now.
Thank you so very much. The new permanent game mode that we were sworn to secrecy on, we couldn't talk about it. They said, you're not allowed to. And we said, okay, you know what? I want to hear how loud you can get. Now, remember when I said that there would be a surprise later on? Joshua just told you straight up, you can play Dual Front today. All you need to do is connect your Ubisoft Connect and Twitch accounts, and then watch about 30 minutes either on this stream or on one of the partnered streams, and you will get a Twitch drop of a beta code to try Dual Front. Servers go live when we wrap up here, so in just a couple hours. And it'll be available on PC and current-gen consoles. Kind of sucks for the people in the audience that you don't get to play, huh? Yeah, well, that's okay. Don't boo me, you're excited. Hey. But how excited are you for Dual Front? How excited are you for that, what looked like a weapon inspection? They got very, very loud.
I mean, respectfully so, you know, we finally now can inspect it, but I mean, for Dual Front specifically, I can't describe. And I'm jealous that they get to play it now, and I gotta sit here and talk about it because I truly had so much fun within that time frame that I was able to play. You didn't get to play.
I didn't get to play it.
You still don't know what it's like.
I have no idea.
Truthfully, it's a wonderful game mode.
Would you say you were excited?
I was more than excited.
Wonderful. We've got 48 content creators here to take us through Dual Front, and in just a moment, we'll be getting into the game. And honestly, because I haven't played it, am just as eager to see it in action as all of you are. We'll be going through how the actual objectives progress. How does that neutral sector actually work? What are the rewards that they get? And how does the matchup ebb and flow? And the one thing that I am most particularly looking forward to is you and I first started playing Siege in year one. We have got to see this game grow from the very beginning. And if you go back and you look at Siege as a regular game, the way that it was played back in 2016 is very different from the way it's played now. I have no doubt that Dual Front is going to function the same way. Now, In just a couple seconds, we'll intro our very first set of teams, and it will be fascinating to see how they tackle our newest permanent game mode in Siege. What are your expectations before we get into the match?
To be honest, there's no expectations that can be met truthfully because this is a new game mode. This is an undeveloped area where people are going to be figuring out. We're going to be understanding what it's going to look like, what we can see.
Team Lacey and Team Stable Ronaldo will be the first set of teams. We are in the operator selection phase. Seconds out from the first look at Dual Front. Operators are locked in. Are you ready for the next era of Siege? Folks, let's get underway with our first matchup of Dual Front.
So this is already super easy. You know, when you start, you have the 6 operators that you are choosing from. I believe, if I'm not wrong, you will always be at the front. So you always feel like you are the leader in this scenario, leading your team. But again, what's so unique about this is when you think about Siege as a whole, it's always been 5v5. Now you are adding that key element of bringing a 6th player onto that squad, which allows so many different ways to approach Siege and how you want to play it. And again, another big thing is you can mesh attackers with defenders.
Now, while you had some hands-on experience, and you are a former pro player and a former world champion, it's not your expertise that we're going to lean on here, Gabe. We have brought up both Alex and Josh from the keynote to help us understand the way that this works. Gentlemen, first things first. What a day. What a day. I mean, I think you were prepared for the audience to get loud, but would you say you were a little caught off guard with the enthusiasm that we're seeing?
I mean, we've been waiting for this moment for 3 years now, and we're still not prepared for it. This is really exciting. The teams poured their hearts into this, and now we get to see it live in action.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's always a reaction, right? You hear the people, you get to experience that full hand. It feels so awesome to finally be talking about all this.
I'm going upstairs,
Now, the way that you conceptualize this game might differ from what we see today. But is it fair to say, Alex, that you're expecting players to literally problem solve as it goes along, and that there isn't really a defined correct way to play?
یه جور مودیه که میخوان مثلا توش داستانم روایت کنن اینجوریه.
For over a year now, and we're still learning new things, new combinations of
چیزای
operators.
بیشتری که
For the first time,
من
bringing attackers and defenders together on the same team. But we're keeping that attack and defend philosophy alive.
خدا رو شکر جولو رو خراب نکردن هنو همون.
So yeah, it's all new.
Well, and as I was saying, you know, the element of adding a 6th player to that squad, I mean, Siege for the past 10 years has been 5. I mean, what was the decision to bring that extra element of surprise and putting a 6th member onto that roster?
Well, one of the big goals we have is
بیا برو گم شو بیا برو مثلا با تو حرفی ندارم زنگ میزنم به گوشی من کل تیم BDS و فالکون خریده.
So in 6v6, you actually carry that weight a little bit more evenly. Additionally, obviously, the respawn is going to help with that and help people feel more confident and learn over time. But that's definitely a driving force there.
I just want to touch on something here, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but we've got our first objective at play. Would one of you like to take us through what exactly is happening in the game right now?
Yeah, so the attacking team has actually planted the diffuser, and now we have actual segments to the diffuser timer. So if the defending team comes in and deactivates it, it might save a bit of the progress that they achieved there. And this is one of 3 objectives that they have to secure now.
That would explain why we have the 3 segments on the diffuser. So if you stop it, it'll go back to the last tick, if we want to call it that.
That's right.
And then you basically paused it. So it functions very similarly to regular Siege in the sense that you have to control the objective, you have to get that diffuser planted.
And I love specifically that you guys talk about, you know, regardless of this being a brand new game mode, you guys are keeping that core value of Siege, that tactical prowess. And I think being able to bring attackers with defenders can really set up that strategical stand even more in depth than what we've currently seen throughout Siege.
I mean, that's the magic of it. As when you're playing this, you have to go on the attack. You get the attack, and then you got to go into the defense within the same lane. So it varies up what you're able to do there. Like bringing a Nomad on attack. Obviously, we've done that 1,000 times, but putting her into the defense and making for the post plant, it's all about that.
It's almost like they're fighting on dual fronts.
And now we see that the other team has planted the diffuser as well. So at the same time, teams have to regroup and understand how they can recapture the site now that the plant's gone down.
The red team succeeded, it looks like, in their very first capture. So now what happens? Oh. Is Uzi going to get it? They've already lost one tick, as you talked about.
Yep.
So, like that progress they earned and they fought for it to get the key, but they didn't get it all the way from the next sector of the actual objective, so that's lost.
And what I'm seeing now with the front A team, they have that first one secured. Now that timer is going. So essentially, does that now force them to now play the defense, wait for that next sector to open up, and then make that transition with that rotate?
Yeah, that beat there is actually leading into essentially a prep phase for that new sector. So our attackers in that lane are going into prep using their drone, looking forward, or they could rotate into the neutral sector over the defense and help shore up their own defense.
Now, I want to ask you guys, because you've obviously had some time playing through it, what is your ideal lineup that you've ran the most, that you've experimented with?
یه ساعت دیگه بازی دانلود میکنم شما
They're bouncing. They're just very excited to play the game.
It's amazing running Nomad on defense. It's like I've never experienced it before. And just that is amazing.
I'm about to say, you'll never hear anything coming from me in terms of Nomad with how much I love Nomad. I think Parker knows that as much as well. I'm playing aggressively, so the fact that you can do those air downs on defense to get those sound cues, to get that quick reaction, to net one of those eliminations, I mean, Nomad's massive on defense.
I mean, Gabe, when you played professionally, if there was a spot on a map to be as far away from the action as possible, you were there.
Absolutely. So you would have 110% find me at that neutral sector, where I am not going to be in the thick of it, but I am going to be trying to find way through and see what is open and what isn't.
Now, one thing that you mentioned
اینو میدونی برای چی گذاشتم اینو میدونی برای چی گذاشتم پلیرهای جدید بازی یاد بگیر هم یه چیز فانه هم یه چیز فانه هم داستان بازی رو میخوام بیارن اینجا بعدش هم این موتور بازی سازیه که باش دیویژن رو ساختن خب اینجور مپای خوبی موتور جواب میده
some of your ops to be able to play, but outside that, we're going to be almost doing kind of like a crafted meta, or ideally we put a lot of hard breach up, we put a lot of crafted, maybe remove both, and see what happens now. Like, what can you do if you don't have electricity available to you? What can you do if you don't have, like, you know, a lot of area denial and so on and so forth?
So I don't think this was mentioned by you guys, but what I am noticing is I'm looking at the character, the utility, it's regenerated.
Yeah, this is a way that we can actually balance the operators over a long period of time. We're talking rounds are lasting about 15, 20 minutes. So you can actually stack quite a bit of utility if you don't have this new system, and the team worked really hard on that.
Okay, we'll follow up with that. So are you saying that Capcan can essentially lay down 6-7 traps?
آجی خدایش چرا دیشب این کاری کردی؟ من نیم ساعت نشستم خب من وسط مچ بودم من وسط مچ تموم شدم حداقل گوشی تو جواب بدی بگو آقا من خوابیدم
You're telling me I can't put down 20 Capcan traps and just sabotage the whole
I mean, if we rewind time a couple years ago, you could have. And let me be honest, like, you know, it became an HR problem. So
I was actually, I'm glad you said that because I was thinking, I was like, what if someone just brings Mira
من دارم الان اینو نگاه میکنم بذار
transitions off of that to a different operator and then uses them?
I'm thinking the Maestro. You just swap evil eye cams over and over again. You got unlimited laser beam.
درسته ببینیم قانون همینه دیگه یا
من
اولش
که نرفتم
اولش
اولین مچ میای یا دیگه
اولین مچ میام یا آخرین مچ نمید بیش درسته آقا
بله
I'm not a developer. I don't balance this game. I can only imagine how tricky it has been to find a way to make everything work. But before we get there, one of the beautiful things about having all these content creators in person is that we get to hear from them live and active. Patricia has an interview ready for us down there.
Thank you guys. I am here with Skittles. How you doing?
Doing great.
جای طول من
Skittles, I would
هستید
love
آقا
to
پوریا
get your
جان
first impression of CJ. How are you feeling about it right now?
I'm absorbing
من
everything. This is
نه
like completely new game. We got a big map, more options. Like, it's insane. I'm just trying to like take everything in right now, basically.
I can imagine. Are there any particular things that you're focusing on or interested in seeing in terms of the new updates?
I'm just really excited about the gun inspection.
Benim
After 10 years, we
permanent
finally got that, and
Permanent
the
banali.
we have now, it's so worth it. It's so good.
Banali.
Very cool. Well, I won't take too much of your time. Get you back to playing. Thank you so much.
Skittles does a lot of YouTube work, and I know that the weapon will be
داره
excellent
تو
for
قدرتشو نداری
thumbnails, so that will make it a lot easier for content creators to advertise their stuff. Let's dive into the next matchup that's happening at the same time. It's a little bit the old versus the present, one could say. A former two-time champion of Pengu versus a current major champion of Spoit, as it's Team Pengu versus Team Spoit. And there's a competitive mindset between these two teams that is, maybe I would say, unlike a lot of the other matchups we'll have today.
I mean, how competitive can it be?
تو اینجور جایی نمیذارن ستینگ بازی رو تغییر بدی ولی اسپویت همه چی رو گذاشته رو لو و واقعا
I'm fascinated the way that this mode is going to be approached.
عجیبه که بهش گیر ندادن.
Such a wide net. There are people who are going to play it on PC, there are people who are going to play it on console. There are people who are going to play it in casual, people who only play ranked. And then you've got people who are playing on high-end gaming.
بازی شارپ نیست مثل رینبو خودمون وقتی تیش آف میکنی خیلی شارپ میشه اینجا اصلا شارپ نیست یه حالت غبار مانندی توش داره
Yeah, when we were talking about dual front, first of all,
امیدوارم این درست کنه
challenging. That's in our DNA. We'll never change that. But dual front makes it more accessible. You can respawn, you can repick your operators.
کواجی من همین الان یه چی بهتون بگم رپل ساید دیوارا رو میتونی کلا رد کنی نیازی نیست رپل تو عوض کنی
On the ground floor and they're able to jump in and have an immediate impact.
So
I was going to follow up with, we obviously talk about the casual base, me coming from that competitive background. I absolutely do love the approach here, especially as we do know, Siege is a very complex that makes it so unique, so fun to actually learn it. But
با دارم اینو نگاه میکنم
is it symmetrical?
چیو نگاه میکنی؟
رینبو رو 7 روز نشستم میگم کی میاد کی میاد کی میاد
اول گفتن کی میاد دیگه
بشین الان میاد
پوریا یه چیزی هاچی این چیزا هستن کپسولی آتش نشانی تو مپ
اینو ولش کن الان یه چیزی که من میخوام بهتون بگم و شاید اینجا نشون نده شاید البته تو جای دیگه نشون بده اینا دیگه الان من بهتون میگم راحت باشه رپل کردن قبلا یادتونه مثلا یه دیوار رو رپل میکردی میخواستی بری دیوار بغلیش باید رپل رو میومدی پایین میرفتی دیوار بغلی الان همونو جامپ میزن
I mean, I saw someone do a breach. I literally have never seen someone do, like in all our playtests, breaching in onto the stairs of the second sector. Like, that side of the site, like, I don't usually see people, like, pushing through there. They usually push from top floor or walk up the stairs, but never breach the wall and jump right into the stairs. So that's kind of the magic of the map, right? So.
Well, we've got another interview ready from TikTok to Twitch, and now here in Atlanta, we've got Titanium Rolo down on the stage with Patricia.
بعد سیزن بعدی اولین اپراتوری هم که قرار چی بشه کلشه ریورک میشه هم از لحاظ فیسی هم از لحاظ گجتی.
How you doing today, Rolo?
I am doing amazing. How are you doing?
Oh, wonderful, especially now that I'm with you here. Already like fast friends. I wanted to ask you, what do you think about the neutral zone in the middle of the map?
So I think the neutral zone is actually really crucial, and I think that from the times that we've played it, we've not focused on it enough. There's so much focus on either attacking a base or defending a base, but actually so many people go to the neutral zone that if you manage to get control of it, then you can kind of completely control the flow of the map, and I think it's going to be way more crucial than we've given credit for it. And I'm also hoping, since I like Easter eggs, I'll find a couple of Easter eggs around there too.
I wish so many Easter eggs for you. Thanks for your time. I'll let you get back to playing. My pleasure.
Thank you, Patricia. Yeah, the Easter eggs that are hidden in all of the maps, by the way, are we going to see any in Dual Front? Do you even want to give that away?
Definitely first jump into the beta, check it out yourself, find them, because we have hidden some stuff around the map.
Right. And for a reminder for those of you, we're going to say this a lot. I apologize if I sound like a broken record. But the thing is that the more I remind you that maybe you might actually be able to get into the game yourself, we are doing beta code access for Dual Front that is on right now. Once we are done with the showcase, you will be able to play Dual Front, providing you link your Ubisoft Connect and Twitch accounts, and then watch either this stream or one of our partnered streams. You will get the code after about a half hour or so, and you can start playing this game mode later today. I don't want to know what he's... Oh.
Jeez. So as a status update in the match, right now, both teams are trying to capture the second sector. And actually, I think Beta team just lost theirs. But there's an assignment that's coming into the map. That's the neutral zone. We'll have a new objective that everybody has to jump into.
And we have to grab a hostage. So while up to this point, it's been like the typical quote-unquote siege where you have to get the case down. Now we're going back to the old ways of the hostage being involved.
CGX هر کی اکانتشو فروخته بک زده دوباره به همون کسی که فروخته بازگرده.
We lost her at the end of the Assault on Hereford event. So this is where that narrative starts coming in when we talk about seasonal update that way.
آقای بنیامین خان همین الان موثق از خود CGX لیکس اومدن این خبر.
Thinking that they are going to get that extraction, but they actually need to bring it to the opposite side and make it far more challenging.
Yeah, exactly. And you can see as soon as the hostage got picked up there, the icon shows up to show you where the extraction point is for you, and the helicopters are coming in the next 30 seconds. And that, oh man, like again, we're talking about audio and everything. Helicopters come in during a siege.
همه خواستم میگم بفروشه که سریع.
نه خودش بازگرده.
No, and it is when you were talking about the heart stumping, and especially like let's acknowledge you can play outside now. Like that is a huge thing that needs to be acknowledged. You don't have a timer letting you know you're going to be shown. I mean, again, these operators, all the shit
Castle
exactly, but no, like I was saying, back to that, it is very intense when you have to run to the enemy side with this, trying to get that extraction. Holding those positions from outside, waiting for an ambush that you're potentially running into. You're actually doing a very good job at leading that. You're like, all right, I need you to get in front of me. I need you to clear this. And we did end up doing
honestly, like, regardless if we talk about the match being like the game being approachable, we get real competitive.
کجا رفت نپرسیدی ازش کجاش من حاجی زاده
الان فهمیدی
in Dual Front, and will the events of future seasons find their way into this game mode?
So that's actually what we're trying to do.
میگه این ریمان به بلای CS دچار میشه.
So that you get to experience the story itself.
You know it's coming when you know it's coming on your face.
into the updates that you see in Dual Front.
Now, when a team does successfully extract the hostage,
Oh, they're at the wrong.
اصلا تو بازی هم عشق نداشت
بکش
اصلا بیا بیرون داداش بس بیا بیرون دیگه بیا بیرون
But whenever they do end up getting it to the right, getting hostage to the right extraction point, and then having her airlifted out, you actually gain 2 sectors of the current objective or the next objective that you're going on. So if you have 1 sector left, on, say, it'll click forward on 2.
Okay, and so that won't. So like for example, on Bravo's side, they already have 2 sectors. Or not sectors captured, but they have.
Actually, yeah, on either side of the match right now, whoever secures the assignment will win. But like, they just have to get them to the right extraction zone, and there's only 20 seconds left to get it done.
And what happens if you don't complete this task? Then it's over.
وقتی که مبلغ میشه بعد بالاش رو یکم میزنید باز میشه
And so this is actually an air tap.
بعد پایین میشه بزنه که کلیک نشه اشتباه داشت
اگه شده آخه بودم بالا دیگه بوریا بعده این شدی
اینو ول کن اینو ول کن این چجوری اولی رفت تو
داداش چجوری من رو کلیمور نمرد من اینو میخوام بدونم همین اینو ول کن
So this one is finished, but next one up, we're going worldwide. Raza versus Pestily. Now, Team Raza have some pretty formidable players on it. And I wonder how they'll be able to tackle Dual Front. We saw a more objective focus in that Pengu versus Squad matchup than in the first. And again, it's going to come down to the way that teams tackle these objectives. Do you go for kills? Do you fight for each of the sections of the map? Or do you battle, as we just saw, in that neutral zone non-stop? Winning because of it.
But again, that's the beauty of this being a new game mode. Is there isn't a right or wrong way to play this. You can play it what you see fit. You make those tactical adjustments of whether you're rotating players or seizing a moment, seizing an opportunity, and then even collapsing and falling back if necessary. So again, we are going through and through to be seen any way possible and played because there is no developed meta just yet that maybe you guys are hiding that you're going to keep for yourselves and maybe run into you guys in one of these matches and realize, okay, this is what we need.
Whatever meta we develop, it's going out the window as soon as players get into the beta because players just learn the game faster than anyone else on the dev team, and so that's going to evolve so quickly.
Well, the game is finished, so let's hear what Pengu's thoughts on Dual Front are.
I am over here with the wonderful Pengu, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us today. How you feeling?
Excited. I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit nervous, and I came into it. I went 0-3, got no kills in the beginning. I was like, I'll chalk it. Then the teamwork started happening, and next to me started making some calls, and it clicked. We got the W.
Lovely.
I'm so curious,
what do you think about mixing attackers and defenders? How's that feeling?
I love it because it creates even more obviously about soft destruction, hard destruction, and stuff like Capcan traps if you're defending, mute jammers. For example, Priest and I, we start defending the bomb site, he's playing castle, I'm playing mute, we're locking them out of the map essentially, and then if we join them on the attack, we can play more aggressive operators like the Grim, for example.
Amazing. Have you found any OP combos?
I can't talk about that because, like, what if people they call me?
So no, can't extract right now. Oh, perfect. I'm gonna let you get back to it. Thank you so much.
نشسته یکی اینجاست بغل چیز
Thank you, Patricia.
بافون خالی بیا تو حاجی بیا تو
But you can't take the player.
پلتم خالیه یه دونه لاجی
I gotta get my digs in. I gotta. But you can't take the player out of the actual match. He's not even giving away secrets in a show match. Like, come on. Yeah, exactly. He's saving strats for the next match. Team Raza versus Team Pestily is up next. A reminder about those drops. I mentioned that we have partnered streamers. Everybody here is streaming as well. We've got streamers at home that are also co-streaming this. Tune in and I know that you want to hear us, but you've also got other people to tune in. Now, that matchup between Spoid and Pengu went by pretty quickly. How does that match up with your expectations of a typical game of Dual Front?
So one of the interesting things about the neutral sector assignment is it randomly triggers in the middle of a match between, I think it's like 10 minutes and 15 minutes. Is that right?
It's like first 5 in.
Yeah.
Like, so after 5, it can happen at any time.
So they already were pretty advanced in the match, and then it did end. So that's about the time that you can expect. 15 to 20 minutes is the average game length, and then you jump to the next one right away. So you get a lot in a little package.
Hold on a second, gentlemen. I'm seeing something here on your screen. Does your outfit show up on the loading screen before you get into Dual Front?
Absolutely. You got to flex whatever you got.
I think it's called Skinner jazzing. Raza, that's your own teammate.
Well, he's got to take off the shades. I think he's a little discombobulated.
He can't see right now. He's too cool. Too cool for school. That's something that we haven't really seen a lot of, right? Like, there's always been chatter online about, oh, like the player cards before the match should show my skins. In Dual Front, you've now made it so that when you load into a game, your outfit and your gun skin are shown off.
So I also did notice when you first initially start out, you aren't just able to quickly run in to a different sector. You are blocked off right there. Is that essentially similar to a prep phase, or?
That's exactly the intent there, is that it gives time for those in the defending lane
Why
to
this
actually do
one
their
off?
setup and get ready. It gives time
Don't
for the intel to be gathered by the attackers. I'll let this be known that the neutral sector is always neutral. So if you want to frag it out as soon as you start, you can go and, do it there.
That's interesting. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of people that love to hear you say that just want to get straight into the thick of it.
And just like regular siege, or core siege, if I can call it that, destruction is a huge part. And you talked about it as well. But we just got to see it firsthand. That's the rappel, by the way, that was shown, that you can now swing around corners.
Amazing.
The very first time in our very first match that we just saw that, the crowd went wild. I don't know if you heard that, but no, destruction, it plays a huge part. I mean, a lot of these teams, again, are treating it like a team deathmatch, but here, you can reshape the map to your
That's right. And even, we saw it before, you can reshape the neutral sector. In fact, one of the things that we've been playing with is you can jump into the neutral sector before you attack, reinforce where you need to, or open up where you need to, so that you actually lay the groundwork for the match to evolve.
So I did notice within these sectors there are still default cameras that are up. And we've already talked about regenerative utility. Is that the same thing with barricades if the team just is absolutely not attacking, they're more focused on defending, they just immediately fell off? Will those barricades come back up, or is that through and through once that
Yeah, once the destructibility is going in place in the match, it's kind of the story of that match. So we allow that to be the permanent beats that had happened. So we talked about the cheat code where you got a soft wall, maybe not reinforcing it right away is a good move, so you get that second layer of destruction happening. But once it gets direct, then you reinforce it, now it's a second barrier to stall them out.
آفرین به تو.
این خودتون دیگه منم
این که
آفرین به تو
داشتی کم نگاه میکردم.
Another interesting thing, though, when it comes to destruction, you'll see that the barricades are color-coded. And that's because the team that has their own color can tear it down. A sector evolve over
decade of watching round by round things reset. It's a little bit odd to see persistent destruction in this game. So, I mean, you'd see it in TDM from time to time when eventually, a map would be reduced to smithereens. But not only do you see it now, but it plays a much bigger impact than it does in TDM, right? TDM is a fun game mode, but here there's much more strategy, as you pointed out. And the way you go about it will only deepen people's understanding of how to play this game.
Raza just displayed that perfectly of questioning whether or not that was one of his fellow Capcans or another team's trap, and then scanned it to see if it was, found out it was, and then shot that. Again, that's another thing as a veteran player, when you're going to be experiencing this, you are going to have to be so aware of the utility that is placed around the map, placed around the sector, because you don't know if it's yours. You don't know if it's the other teams. You always have to be on alert. So again, it adds such another core development and process that you're going to be going through while playing this 6v6 game mode of Dual Front.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're just moments away from starting our last match of the day. Gentlemen, it's been great having you here, and I'm assuming you'll be riding along for that last one. But is there anything that you want to talk about that we haven't seen yet, by any chance?
Actually, we've seen quite a bit here that we haven't dug into yet.
یارو 12 سیزن چند تا پشت به پشت چون به چون بازیکن قد گوه نخورد تو بازی اصلا کی را تو چی هست کال به در آره دادش آره با کیدی های بالا قدیم پسکش یک و چاره کیدی 10 سیزن پیشه
Admittedly, we had to tease them earlier on with the new game mode and all that special stuff, but
حالا هر 10 تا 6 تا رو درست میگی ولی
to those who wait.
همه هم پیچیدار نیستن یا آجی ایده‌شون خوبه کال بدید در هر سایت کم بگیرید کال بدید بی حوصله نشید برید تو بازی
will do battle. Fun fact about both of these team captains, both of them started their careers hiding their identity, and we eventually got a Skittles face reveal, and now we know what Meaty Marley looks like. The question is, game. Will their gameplay be as handsome as they are?
Oh yeah.
I think they will, but something that really sticks
out.
Who do you think's the favorite here? I don't have one for the simple fact that your boy Roy and Atheno look a little deflated in their biceps. I don't think they got their pumping for the day. So you're definitely going to have to rely on the 5 players, I should say, on each side to pick up the weight from both those two.
I have a slight suspicion as to what the devs were talking about, by the way, because they said there's something that we're changing in regular Siege that wasn't mentioned, but it was briefly shown on the reveal video before this. And then we saw what looked like a pipe on fire, which, as far as I'm aware, Gabriel, there's no operator who puts down explosive pipes.
No, there isn't, and I was curious of that. You know, as chefs, we add tons of ingredients to our meals and for people to digest, and that's kind of what I'm seeing here. Is that ingredient is now being added into the gameplay that we all know and love of Siege. Again, we don't have operators that are laying down these pipes that can be shot.
آره دارم باش پگاسوسه
پگاسوسه
آره الان نوشت اسمش
پگاسوس چجوری از سولار رای چمپ یک و آبا حاجی کیدی ها رو نگاه 200 کیدی یک و 7 اصلا از 10 سیزن پیش نه سیزن پیش کیدی زیر یک و 5 نداره پگاسوسه
نوشته پگاسوس هم من باش صحبت میکنم
اون یه چیتر
This was the man whose biceps you made fun of earlier.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna regret it because I mean.
Do you think he can take you in a fight?
Yes, for sure. I mean, look at him. He's so locked in. Actually, I lied. He just missed.
بهش مثلا یادم نمیاد پگاسوس اکانت اینجوری داشته باشه.
There are outlines on operators as well because as you might have noticed on the top of the screen, the teams can run the
اصلا
same
بازیش خوب نبوده من اکانت زیادی کیدیش بالا شاخه
at the same time. We saw in one of our earlier matches there were 2 docks on the board and outlines are very important to be able to distinguish. Is it a friendly dock or is it an enemy dock?
Well, I mean, that's something that you're going to have to decipher, like I was saying, with the utility that's going to be on the map. You're going to have to keep in mind a mental awareness of, okay, we're seeing it right there.
5700 چمپ
He's not, you know,
موقعی
he's
که
not
چمپ 5000 بوده نه الان 4500
Oh, okay, so that's interesting. So, you know, we talked about operators not being able to play anything like that, but in similarity to a Capital Bolt canister, I mean, this creates a completely different new look and what we can see in Siege.
It's been an interesting matchup between these 2 teams. They're playing it very slow, which is in stark contrast to the first game that we saw that had Uzi killing everybody in the server. Now, they talked a lot about this neutral sector, and it's coming in pretty quickly. Again, it can spawn at different intervals. This one in just under a minute, and it'll be only 9 minutes into action. Will these teams pay that neutral sector and the assignment that comes with it the same respect that we saw from that Pengu and Sploit matchup? That's the question. Uh-oh.
Now I am curious how long. Okay, so that flame actually does get put out pretty quickly.
It's not a Goyo canister.
No, it's not.
Goyle canister last 20 seconds. That looked like about 3.
That I don't even think 3. Maybe like 2. But I think we could be wrong. I'll wait to see.
You're
if
gonna fight
anything...
with me over a single second?
No. Completely unrelated to what we were just about to talk about that we might see later on. But I mean, so far, this game mode is intense. There seems to be constant action no matter where you are, whether you are the one defending or you are the one attacking.
Now speaking of, Alpha has to defend against the user that's been put down while also dealing with the hostage objective in the middle of the map. That's the assignment that has spawned in. So you've got 6 players on your team. How many do you send to deal with that diffuse kit, and how many do you send to deal with the assignment?
That's the biggest thing, you know.
حاجی نوریکویل داره حس میکنم با حیوان عالی وحشی چیری کسی با این یوز پولیش پالیش نسه تو همه رو میگی چی پیسه رو مگه نمیگی تو آره میگه پیسه چیری
Not only you can defend, but you can still attack, but you can still go for that neutral sector, and they're trying to go. Okay, they did get it.
Varsity managed to pull it off.
I am curious if they know where to bring and extract the hostage here, whereas in the previous game they were unfamiliar, which I think it's going to be the exact same situation.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth noting that
بیا حاجی سری کالو بده داداش یارو اومده تو دو سایت
I would have done the same exact thing if I wasn't playing with them.
Yeah, fair enough. So again, it comes down to learning on the fly and differing skill levels, differing platforms, etc. You will be able to get your hands on this beta for Dual Front later today. Again, link your Ubisoft Connect, link your Twitch account, and watch this stream or one of the partnered streams for about 30 minutes, and then you'll be in. You'll be able to play on PC and current gen consoles. Now, it looks like Skittles might be able to pull it off.
I think he's going to.
Funny because we listened to the don't board the helicopter.
But
when the literal opposite is the focus here.
یعنی از توی کش بیا هچه پایین رو هچش میشه
داشت هچه رو اسمش رو وا میکنم هچه کجا رو میخوای
هچه بلونا اینجاست دقیقا زیر ورتیکالی زدم
بالا
شاد کنم بزن الان نبازی شروع شد
You do have to focus on another objective, which is, again, it's so unique and it still allows you to be in control of any scenario at any given moment, to be able to shift, to rotate, to be elusive, that you can't just focus on one thing. You have to shift your focus in other places through and through, which again, for new players, old players, it allows you to constantly learn and adapt, which that's what Siege has been about for years.
And what you learn about this game mode is going to change very quickly.
Yes.
Assignments will be changing. Oh!
بزن آره باز کن نه اونم با کردی؟
آره
I don't think they're capable of hearing us. But again, just to kind of underscore how this game mode will be supported, a season in Rainbow Six Siege is about 3 months, give or take, because we have 4 a year, just like regular seasons. Twice a season, the operator lineup will change, which means that for a lot of players, as you're finding your footing, things will shift. And then at the start of each new season, the assignment will change. Right now, it's rescue Dokkaebi, pick up the hostage, get her to the helicopter, save her. But who knows what's next? There's one thing that I've noticed that isn't present, and that's anything to do with secure area. If you look at the original 3 game modes of Rainbow Six Siege, you have the regular mode, which is the whole premise of Dual Front. You have hostage, which is the special assignment, but where is secure area? Could it be coming next or coming at some point in future seasons?
نداشتم میرم و واکنه آجی
with Dual Front and it already being a heap load of different things involved, so we could see an entirely different, brand new mode introduced. Well, I mean, you know what I mean entirely.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, honestly, everything's up in the air of what could be brought in.
And it allows the developers to toy with the game. See some more of those tweaks coming up in the next season of this showcase in the core gameplay update section. But you can't really reinvent Siege.
حوصله سر
Dual Front is a great game mode where you can take
want to side
ولش کن بذار با 4 نفریم وایس پلن کن اصلا وایس
has influenced
شعور من نبود
کم دارم
could be cooked up for this game mode.
کم دارم
نمیبینم چیزی آخرین بار تو بثروم بوده شاید باشه
in
جیم
the core game. Maybe not. This is us idly speculating, but again, it gives the devs a chance. Oh, it gives the devs a chance to talk about this new game mode.
And of course he's MVP.
Of course. We've got our last interview with Fastan and Patricia.
Thank you. Hey, Fastan, how are you doing?
I'm doing very good.
من نبوده داداش از یه چیز دیگه اومده
It's been a lot
دوست
of fun. It's been great.
Amazing. Thank you for letting me take the time to pick your brain. I actually wanted to ask you about strategy. How's the team strategy been? How's that evolving?
Well, our team's doing really good on the strategy front. I feel like, with the people that we're playing against, people said we were not going to stand a chance with some major winners against us or something like that. We played 2 games yesterday, 1 game today. Because we are taking Dokkaebi as our win condition. If you get Dokkaebi and you extract it, you actually get 2/3 off a sector. That's been helping us win 3 games in a row, and it's been absolutely amazing so far.
Amazing insight. Thank you so much, Fastan. Really appreciate your time being here. Can't wait for more gameplay.
Well, thank you so very much. And again, it's great to have everybody here under one roof playing this game. And we get to get real-time opinions on what we're watching. Because we only get to see their perspective, but they get to play it, they get to experience it. And almost every single match played differently.
Well, it goes into what I was saying. This is a brand new game mode. It's unexplored. Everyone is going to be approaching it entirely different, whether it's going to be here or you guys later once this all wraps up. It is an unfamiliar area for everybody. So again, there isn't going to be a meta just yet. Who knows? There might not even be a meta in general. There are many factors to take into here that we just have not seen throughout Siege's history.
And if you're new to this stream and just catching up to speed, the game mode we just watched was a permanent 6v6 game mode coming to Siege X. It's going to be playable later today. We'll be giving out beta keys to those who have their Ubisoft Connect and Twitch accounts linked together. So you can get the keys here. You can get it from the partnered streams as well. You just got to watch about 30 minutes. Then you'll get access to the beta code. It'll go live when the show wraps up later today. As I said, the show's going to go quick. I didn't lie. Patricia, take it away.
رفت اونور خوابیده کسه ننت
Thank you so much.
فکر کنم مینو رد کرد. یه نفر دیگه مین اومد.
How you guys?
همشون رفتن
چقدر اصلا کیری شد.
Pretty cool.
داداش همشون پایینه.
You just heard them talking about some core gameplay updates that we will be revealing in the next segment.
همه رفتن
All
پایین.
that's left is for me to set the stage. Please welcome back directors Alexander Karpazes and Christopher Budgeon.
مادرتو گاییدم که با اسنوک روم ندی حروم زاده اینو چقدر
روتیشن ها رو بزنی حاجی روتیشن ها رو باید
بزنی.
Launching June 10th at the start of Year 10 Season 2, this evolution of Siege builds upon everything that makes the game so special. In the first part of our showcase, we showed you Dual Front, our new 6v6 game mode, and there's a lot more to talk about. Siege X will deliver sweeping updates across all of Siege, with a strong focus on modernizing our maps, refining our gameplay, and evolving our audio, with much, much more to come. At its heart, our philosophy remains the same. Reinforce what makes Siege so unique. It's deep tactics, intense strategy, and the thrill of outsmarting your opponents.
But before we dive into what's next, we want to take a moment to recognize those who have made all of this possible. You, our players. And I bet there's some veteran players in this Your commitment and support over the years has shaped Siege into what it is today. And we have something special to show our appreciation. Let's take a look at our veteran rewards. This is a special way to celebrate your time with Siege. For each year you've been with us, you'll receive a unique reward to honor your dedication. If you've been with us since year 3, for example, you'll receive 7 rewards from year 3 to year 9. And for those who have been with us since year 1, we've prepared something truly special. A new, exclusive black ice skin. This is our way of saying thank you for standing with us through every battle, every season, and every moment that continues to shape the future of Siege.
We also want to celebrate your legacy in Siege with a special badge of honor. This exclusive badge marks the year you joined the fight, a testament to your dedication and journey in the game. Whether you're a recent recruit or a battle-hardened veteran, this badge is yours to wear with pride. Now, it's time to talk about an important change that's come into the game. Recently, we introduced crossplay, giving you the ability to play with your friends no matter which platform they're on. With Siege X, we're tearing down barriers, ready to welcome more players that want to experience the best tactical FPS. We want to make it easier to invite your friends to play the game. We want to continue to grow the community, and we want to continue to build this game with veterans and new players from around the world. Starting June 10th, with the launch of Siege X, new players will be able to download the game for free and jump directly into the Siege experience. Free access will help grow the Siege community, but we want to ensure that Siege remains fair and protected, particularly for Ranked and Siege Cup. So, let's break it all down so you know what to expect as a new player and a veteran.
With free access, players can dive into our brand new game mode, Dual Front. Learn the mechanics through our onboarding playlist, sharpen their skills in quick match, have fun in seasonal events, and we heard you. Unranked is making its long-awaited comeback. Unranked offers a competitive yet approachable experience for free access players to test their skills and explore the new pick and ban system, which you'll see in action in our show match later on. Free access players can experience core Siege gameplay and access training modes, earn XP rewards. As part of the new onboarding process, players can earn and customize up to 26 operators through play. Additional operators can still be unlocked using the currency they earn to continue to grow their roster. The most competitive playlists, Ranked and Siege Cup, are high stakes and reserved for those who unlock the next level of Siege competition through premium access. And as always, you'll need to be level 50 to participate. Also, I want to reassure our dedicated players, you will keep access to everything you have. That's right, don't worry veteran players, you'll keep access to everything you've earned over the past 10 years. Your access to our competitive playlists, such as Ranked and Siege Cup, your progression, your operators, inventory, will all be yours to keep and to continue building for the future. No payments or action required to transfer your progress. As Siege continues to grow, we're not just preserving your legacy, we're refreshing the experience for every player. With Siege X, our totally revamped UI will be more than just a new coat of paint. How you navigate through game modes, browse your battle pass, and interact with Siege is faster, it's more intuitive, and more immersive. The UI overhaul also streamlines your experience as you track your journey as a Siege player. So whether you're a veteran bringing in new friends or a fresh recruit, we've revamped Siege's global progression system. Clearance levels, reward unlocks, and challenges have been improved, making it easier to track your progress and navigate the early stages of the game. Our focus was to make getting into Siege as fun as possible, while giving you the tools you need to learn the deep and rewarding systems of the game.
We're thrilled to welcome new players into Siege with free access, and we know that a growing community comes with responsibility. With Siege X, we're making sure the game is the most secure it's ever been. That means industry-leading player protection, fairer matchmaking, and continued efforts to encourage a positive game that welcomes everyone. First, let's talk about game security.
Last month at the Six Invitational, we introduced R6 Shield Guard, our latest anti-cheat initiative. To catch up on the current status of R6 Shield Guard, let's hear from programming team lead Adrian Fraisse.
Cheating and toxicity have no place in Siege, and we won't rest until it's a thing of the past. At SI, we introduced our new initiative, Rainbow Six Shield Guard. R6 Shield Guard takes a multifaceted approach to anti-cheat. Our QB system distributes different executables to our players, preventing tampering and issuing sanctions when detected. Binary handling is the act of encrypting and hardening our game code to make it even more difficult to tamper with. Our security measures have rendered cheat makers' capacity to come back online much harder, with some of them exiting the scene entirely. Gameplay violation, our in-game defense system that allows for detecting players performing impossible behavior within the game, like sprinting while shooting. This system basically renders raid cheating a thing of the past, and we are working to keep it that way. Our next line of defense, Mousetrap, detects the use of mouse and keyboard in console pools. Our final line of defense is data. We use AI and analytics to detect irregular and exploitative behavior in the game. With SiegeX, our Shield Guard updates live without the need of a scheduled maintenance. Cheats will be harder, more difficult, and costlier to make, and cheat makers won't be able to anticipate security updates before they come in. Our Shield Guard is a long-term investment. We're here to stay, and we can't wait to share more.
We're taking anti-toxicity in the game seriously as well, and we've made huge strides to make sure that everyone feels comfortable playing the game. We've doubled down on our mission. There is no room for abusive language and harassment in Siege. Here's Lancelot Satjay, Associate Director of Player Protection and Game Security, to talk about the systems we have in place.
We know that toxicity has become more frequent in game, especially with a constant increase over the past 2 years. But the good news is, since Year 9 Season 4, the past December, we are now seeing the first decrease in toxicity. This is thanks to features such as our rework reputation system that addresses recurrent toxicity while rewarding constant positive behavior. Plus, our recently implemented automated text chat moderation. Since its release in Year 9 Season 4, the number of unacceptable messages has been divided by 2. We are constantly working to improve and balance detections. We are also dedicated to protect potential targeted players with our privacy setting features. In Year 10, the reputation system is fully activated. It means that the most toxic players, the ones with a dishonorable standing, have been removed from ranked, standard, and Siege Cup matches as they were impacting 25% of games played. Players with a positive standing are receiving rewards and specific car backgrounds. The more constructive feedbacks we receive, the better and fairer our systems are. To do so, use the in-game report function or contact us through R6Fix. We are listening to your feedback, and player protection will continue to evolve to make sure that the game is safe for you, even more with free access.
Anti-cheat and anti-toxicity are top priorities for us on Siege, and I want to thank Adrien and Lancelot and their teams for their work making the game the most competitive and fair it's ever been. Now, let's talk about the maps and visual updates we mentioned at the Six Invitational. We've been listening, refining, and working behind the scenes to bring you game-changing updates to core Siege gameplay. SiegeX isn't just about the new experiences. It's about making the 5v5 Siege you love even better. From mechanics to quality of life improvements and everything in between, we're ushering in a new era for Siege.
One of the biggest changes coming to Siege is our modernized map update. We know how important maps are in Siege, and we've been hard at work improving visuals, readability, and overall gameplay flow to make every engagement more tactical and immersive. These updates will enhance lighting and textures and be more in line with the dark, gritty tone that people picture when they think of Siege, all while maintaining the strategic depth players love. But words can only do so much. So let's take a look at how these changes come to life in action.
ویژوال لایت بازی برگشته به سال 2015 دوباره دارک شده.
علی چال چیز میداد
That's right. At launch, SiegeX will introduce 5 fully modernized maps: Clubhouse, Chalet, Bank, Cafe, and Border. After the season of SiegeX's debut, each new season will deliver 3 more modernized maps. We've done significant work on these environments. We've rebuilt the lighting engine to bring more realistic atmosphere with richer contrast and colors. All major surfaces have been redone, with materials looking more real thanks to updated, physically based rendering standards, displacement mapping, exposure compensation, and increased resolution. For PC players, that means an optional true 4K texture pack for the sharpest, most detailed environments possible. For those watching the stream, we'll be sharing all of these videos today at full resolution so you can see the difference. Building on the technology of lighting and modernized maps, we're also introducing a feature that adds a whole new layer to tactical awareness: first-person shadows.
Now you'll have to think twice about your positioning. If you're entering a room or passing a hallway, you'll be able to see whether your shadow is revealing your location to waiting enemies. This small but crucial detail makes movement and positioning more important than ever. The reason we can make all these changes and still ensure a competitive experience is because of a major change we're doing in making our enemy outlines updated.
When we talk about stealth in Siege, we want players to focus on how much noise they make, not how visible they are. We always want enemies to be clear and identifiable. The new outline system means even with the more immersive lighting, enemies can't hide in the shadows. This is a big change, but one that over time feels natural and ensures a fun and fair game. As usual, we'll keep listening to your feedback and make adjustments as needed. Another big change is the Repel update in Siege X, bringing more options to the most unique movement mechanics in first-person shooters.
Repelling has always been a defining feature of Siege, but we knew it could be even better. With advanced Repel, you can now sprint along the wall, and you can pull off what we saw Callie do back in the Playbook story trailer. You can now transition around corners while on Repel, including when sprinting. Here's those improvements in-game.
Reach underline.
You got X.
بیا یارو چی تو ببینم سیزن قبل موز بوده
Smooth cornering and sprinting makes rappelling on a wall and executing a plan so much more satisfying.
It's all about giving players more control, making movement feel natural, intuitive, and immersive. This is why we've also taken the time to update our basic movement in the game to include momentum as well. No more start and stop movement, but true flow and responsiveness. Let me give you a concrete example of this in action. Picture yourself moving across the bed in the bedroom gym side of Clubhouse. Before the changes, as soon as you ran off the bed, you would immediately stop running, drop straight down, and then start running again once you landed on the floor. With the momentum-based movement update, you will continue to run off of short drops and carry your momentum with you. This achieves a new level of flow and immersion in the moment-to-moment action of Siege. We can't wait to see the creative plays that these changes will inspire.
Wait, not cheating.
We've talked visual improvements and new movements. Let's dive into something that's going to shake up gameplay itself. Say hello to destructible ingredients.
During an operation, every detail matters. Your intel, your loadout, your position, but above all else, your environment.
Your position, but above all else. Hello, Maman. بزغاله مامانم بهم میگه بزغاله
All right, I freaking love these things. Destructible ingredients are shaking things up in Siege, bringing fresh tactical opportunities for both attackers and defenders. These aren't just environmental details. They're strategic tools that swing the outcome of combat engagements in modernized maps and dual front. First up, fire extinguishers. You'll see these scattered across the map, and when they're destroyed, they release a thick cloud of smoke, giving you some quick visual cover, but that's not all. If an enemy is standing too close when one bursts, they'll be concussed, setting you up for the perfect push. Next, we have gas pipes. And these can really disrupt the flow of the fight. Shoot it, and it releases a controlled flame, cutting off rotations and forcing roamers to move. But here's the catch. Once the fire reaches its peak, the pipe explodes, covering the area in flames and creating a brutal area denial effect. And finally, metal detectors. You have seen these before, but they're a little more responsive than you've come to know them. Metal detectors are now fully interactive. You can disable them temporarily or permanently, giving you the control over when movement is detected. Do you disable them to sneak through unnoticed, or leave them on to bait enemies into giving away their position? You can even destroy them outright with explosives. These destructible ingredients introduce new tactical possibilities, giving players more ways to manipulate their surroundings and outplay their opponents.
Each of these destructible ingredients adds a new layer of strategy and creates fresh opportunities for creative play. Whether you're using them to gain an advantage or counter an opponent's plan, they'll keep every round dynamic and unpredictable. We can't wait to see the tactical strategies you'll come up with. Destructible ingredients will be available in modernized maps and in the dual front game mode. And we're not done working on destructible ingredients. We'll be listening to all of them to see how we evolve them in the future. Speaking of listening, audio in Siege is one of the most important tools a player can use to get a competitive edge. That's why we're introducing the biggest audio overhaul Siege has ever seen. Every gunshot, footstep, and explosion will be more accurate, more immersive, and more clear than ever before. You're going to want to turn up your volume and put on your headphones for this one. Get ready to hear the difference.
In Rainbow Six Siege, audio has been overhauled to convey a greater sense of accuracy in order to give players more cues to reliably detect enemy actions. These audio enhancements add a layer of spatial distinctions, making it easier to tell if someone is coming from your left or your right. Sound propagation has been upgraded, with sound traveling vertically and allowing players to know if an enemy is pushing from above or below. Sound also propagates through openings created in surfaces, offering more immersion. Sound reverberation is more realistic, relaying whether nearby actions are coming from a big room, a small room, indoors, or outdoors, making pinpointing enemy locations more reliable. These audio innovations offer new tools to adjust response tactics, deliberately cause noise to draw rivals into an ambush, or use carpeted areas to limit the sound of infiltration, and use flashbangs to mask the sounds of powerful abilities, making for a more immersive, refined, and satisfying tactical shooter experience.
I get goosebumps every time I hear the new audio. With this audio overhaul, every sound in Siege is more precise and immersive than ever. You'll be able to pinpoint gunshots, footsteps, and explosions more accurately, whether they're coming from the left, the right, above, or below. Intel makes or breaks great plays in Siege. With these enhancements, audio has become an even greater Intel asset and is more reliable than ever. Audio will be able to provide the intel you need to succeed, but to truly dominate, teams need to be able to share that intel, coordinate attacks, and call out enemy positions. But we know that not everyone is comfortable using voice comms.
That's why we're introducing the communication wheel, a new tool to design communication faster, clearer, and more accessible for everyone.
In the heat of battle, communication is key. That's why the communication wheel is so important. It's your new way to call the shots and keep your squad in sync. Need help with a breach or a rotate? Call out the spot for your play. Is an area clear? Let your squad know it's safe to reposition. Ready to make a push? Tell your team you're moving in and lead that attack. When a teammate makes the right move, confirm it with an OK or send them a quick thank you to keep the teamwork flowing. The communication wheel gives every player the tools to share their strategy regardless of their playstyle, keeping your team one step ahead.
We covered a lot of subjects, but what about weapons? We know how much players love their weapon skins, and now, for the first time in Siege, you can check them out with Weapon Inspect. I know, you've been looking forward to Weapon Inspect just as much as you have. Rifles, pistols, shotguns, Siege has over 100 weapons in the game, and you can inspect every single one of them on the battlefield. Now is the time to flex your favorite skins and appreciate every single detail.
You're about to see all of these changes in action in a 5v5 show match with your favorite creators. But before we get there, I wanted to take a moment to speak directly to all of our veteran players and community. I'd just like to personally thank you for making Siege what it is today. I myself am a year one player. And the last 10 years have been incredible. Thank you for the laughs. Thank you for the revives. Thank you for the adrenaline pumping clutches. Thank you for the EMPs and cover fire as I was trying to open the main breach as my boy threw mine. Ten years of this game and the moments that have come with it are truly something to celebrate. And I can assure you that we still have plenty in store throughout the year to celebrate this momentous milestone with all of you. We've been building towards this moment for 3 years. We've been building towards this moment for 3 years, and it feels unreal to finally be able to share it. Siege X marks the beginning of a new era of Rainbow Six Siege. This is our commitment to keeping Siege at the top as the best team-based tactical shooter out there. This is our commitment to the next 10 years of Siege. And this is our commitment to you, our players, for being here this whole time. Thank you.
Good boy.
Rainbow Six Siege has changed my life, and I've had many players from around the world tell me the same thing. Siege X is the continuation of this life-changing game. And on behalf of the entire team, who are working so hard to build on the amazing legacy, we would like to thank you all. The stories you share, the friends you make along the way, and the passion you have for the game inspires us to always make Siege better. And we have one more announcement. As you know, our esports event, Reload, will take place in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, this May. And today we can say that we are excited to announce that this will be the first Siege competition ever played on Siege X. Everything we just presented today will be there. The modernized maps, the overhauled audio, the new rappel mechanics, the works. Reload will also be the place for us to share with you the full roadmap for year 10 and give you an idea of what's to come after the launch of Siege X on June 10th. Before we jump into the 5v5 show match, I'm going to pass it over to Patricia.
Wow. Thank you so much, Alex and Josh. Incredibly exciting updates.
He's shooting, bro. He's shooting.
And now, a little surprise for all of you Ash fans out there. Let's take a look.
Well, an awful lot of information, and I didn't really expect it to get so emotional, but to Josh's point, it's not just the devs whose lives have been made better by this game, it's both of us as well, it's many of you, it's the community. In a lot of ways it feels like a family. And for the last 10 years, so many people's lives have been made better by Siege. So from both of us, a very heartfelt thanks to the dev team, to the publishers, to the developers who've worked on this, to the people on the esports side of things, to the streamers and content creators, but most importantly, to you watching. Because we wouldn't be here without you, the community.
Yeah, I mean, it's a surreal moment to be in this historical moment, you know, a decade of Siege, and to think that we're now here with something brand new for each and every single person, whether from the beginning and to now. I mean, it is truly a heartfelt moment, not only for me, for you, and like you said, for everyone around to just be in this moment, to partake in this. And again, thank you to each and every single one of you.
And why don't you give yourself here in Atlanta a round of applause, because you've been great so far today. I know that there was some onion cutting going on moments ago, but this is ultimately a celebration, and you've been spectacular so far. We are not done just yet. We do have a show match coming up. I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm excited. Oh, okay.
I just complimented you. How are you booing me? I'm right. That's very hurtful.
Maybe weapon inspect? Oh.
I'm weapon inspecting my cue cards. They love it. That's a cheap pop. That's a cheap pop. A lot of big updates to the core of Siege. We saw a lot of it during Dual Front, but now you'll get to see it in action in what is called Core Siege, the game that you know and love, the game that you've been playing for some of you maybe a couple months, some of you maybe a couple days, some of you maybe since the game launched in December 2015. We've decided to adopt another dev though. We had both Alex and Josh on earlier, and now we're going to bring in our good friend Chris to talk about something else that is a little bit intriguing. It hasn't been in the game since the beginning, but it has become a fundamental part of Siege. And I am going to put some blame on you. You're the reason why people's favorite operators aren't available in certain games. We're going to be talking about pick and ban. While we talk about the pick and ban, let's get ready for Skittles versus Meaty Marley in our 5v5 show match. Yeah, get loud. Come on, you can do better than that.
I feel like that was like the same as me. I'm surprised it's not as loud.
Chris, there's something very different going on the screen right now. Care to walk us through?
Yeah, we're now seeing our newly updated pick and ban system for ranked, Siege Cup, and the returning unranked. So each team will ban one operator before each round and up to 3 operators on each side. This new system is much faster to get into the action as both attack and defense ban in parallel. It also offers more strategic options when planning your next round, as you can ban with the knowledge of which site you want to defend or attack. For example, if you want to defend basement and chalet, you can ban Ram before the next round. You can also act on information you gain throughout the match. So if you notice they have a good smoke, you can take him off the table and force your opponents to switch up their defense. We are excited to see how this shakes up the meta. You can ban more ops, it's faster, and you have more intel to inform your decisions. We have a specific adaptation of this system for our esports competition. You'll see the esports version of this new pick and ban system in action for the first time at the Reload event in May in Rio, Brazil.
Thank you very much, Chris. Is there anything you want to add just before we say goodbye? We've unadopted you now. You're free to go. While we watch the game, is there anything about the pick and ban that you want to touch on?
I don't want to really touch on the pick and ban because we already went over that, but I will say, once again, thank you so much to our players. Thank you for today. Thank you for coming. The creators, the casters, our dev team, thank you so much.
And we thank you as well. It's a joint effort. There are a lot of people who worked tirelessly for countless hours to make not just SiegeX happen, but this SiegeX showcase. Lots of people behind the scenes. You get to hear and see our faces, but we're not here without the other people who are operating the cameras, the mics, production, and all of that. So a heartfelt thank you to them as well. So
there we go.
You're supposed to clap. You're supposed to clap too.
Caught on in the end.
Now, one of the things that was touched on by the devs was that destructible ingredients, and we saw it immediately. Meaty Marley meleeing the fire extinguisher, and another one just went as well. Now, you can wait and let those destructible ingredients go off in the cut and thrust of a match. Or if you think that they might hinder you, you can get rid of them real early on. There's variations to it.
Again, it adds that core element of Siege that we all know and love, that you can outsmart an opponent. You can just get rid of it entirely. I love that you are able to, whether you want to deal with it or you can get rid of it right away. It gives that option, which I always can appreciate, that it's not necessarily forced. But again, the fact that this is now another element in these maps, such as Clubhouse, does change the dynamic of how this map can be played. For me, instantly, when I think about rotating, you hit that active ingredient to make those pipelines go off, to cut off that rotate, whether that's an attacker, whether that's a defender doing that, it just creates another element.
Now the team's on your screen, as you can see, on the bottom portion, Skittles, Eldon, Macy J, Varsity Gaming, and Yo Boy Roy on one side. And speak of Roy, you said his biceps looked a little bit smaller, but the man is carrying his team at the moment.
You know, I think he got his workout in. I think the blood's flowing in the biceps. They're filled now. I mean, he got 2K. He just hit a frost mat, so honestly, leg day isn't looking too great. Can't lift that up unless you don't have a strong core, so we might have to take that back for the next round. But I mean, it was like 1v1.
And Varsity clutches it out.
He took him to the academy.
They did. First round on the new look of Clubhouse. By the way, Clubhouse is one of the 5 maps that have received a visual updates, like visual overhaul. And as Chris mentioned, we don't just have the pick and ban at the start of the match anymore.
سرچ کرده بود، چیت زده بود، مانتی پیریفایر همه رو میکشت. من اون مچ ازش بردم.
The defenders didn't want to deal with Amonte, and now they don't want to deal with the Blackbeard. Hey, let me say this. This isn't an esport event, but even the casual community says, we don't want to play with shields. Let's get rid of them. So Blackbeard ban and a Bandit ban, and the one thing that you can lean upon your experience playing is a Bandit ban by the attackers comes in because you are expecting your defending opponents to go to a certain bomb site. Now, it looks like Team Meaty Marley will go down to basement, where Bandit isn't necessarily as critical. Kaid tends to be a stronger operator here, but no Bandit means that church wall downstairs, it's going to stay intact and will require some other type of denial, which, by the way, Meaty Marley, his team is not bringing at all.
Yeah, and again, it creates a completely
What is this? For those who are new to Rainbow Six Siege, don't do that. What is that?
Hey, it's okay to do that. This could be used in a way that we've never seen before.
Do you think that we're about to witness a new competitive esports meta with a triple unreinforced panel and a lone mirror window?
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen, you know, what haven't you seen? It's endless opportunities and abilities. I just saw 3 cap cans at the front of that door. I don't typically see that. So the fact that we're seeing a mirror on an unreinforced church wall, it makes sense. I'm going for a spawn kill here, but Ross can't get it done. But back to your point of just, you know, getting rid of certain operators through and through without each round instead of it being at the very forefront of it, again, creates such a different level in how you want to approach Siege, and that's always been the beautiful thing about Siege. You can't get too comfortable. The meta is constantly shifting, and I think we can all, agree that you need to be on your toes when you're playing Siege.
Thank you to Rolo for showing us how the weapon inspect plays in. I will say, with all the changes we've seen, the audience did seem the loudest at the weapon inspect. It has been
rightfully so, but I gotta also say,
well received.
The visual enhancements as well. Clubhouse looks absolutely.
That drywall looks like it was put up yesterday.
I think you could smell it if you look alive.
I can. Smells like a new build. Which, by the way, seems like CJX is. Now, we both come from esports, so we're going to take some time to actually cast this like a real esport match. We'll also take some time to be a bit more casual in the way we go about this. And all of these players currently competing know Clubhouse. It's one of the oldest maps. It came with the game in launch. It was the first map to receive an update, tweaking it to make it more competitive for where Siege was at. As the game evolved and we got more operators, maps became harder to defend, harder to attack, and they needed some refreshments. Clubhouse was the first map to get it. There have been a couple since, Oregon, Cafe, Chalet, etc. Varsity Gaming's out here. Macy and Narco is the last two left. Diffuser running away, and a counter disable as Macy sweeps in. And he blows the doors off of the defense. Macy as well, one of the OGs, making content since the game basically first launched. There's a lot of Siege veterans, and Siege royalty, if you could say that, in this lobby.
Without a doubt. Of course, Macy's going to know how to stay post plants. I mean, you see his videos that he uploads. Macy does a very good job at capturing how Siege is played at a tactical mindset. He has a very, very good understanding of the ability to outplay an opponent. And again, for that post plant, easy, he gets it done. But again, seeing these bans come out, now the joke makes sense. Vigil on a Clubhouse, little skeptical of that ban coming through. I think there are some operators on that list that you could get rid of that would help you on those defensive halves. But, oh wait, no, I believe that's the attacking half. That is my correction. I don't think for the attackers you really need to get rid of a Vigil on here. But again, the fact that you are now able to just get rid of these many operators throughout the game, it's a completely different look.
We are running out of time for you to get access to the dual front beta. So if you are just tuning in, hurry. Link your Ubisoft account with Twitch and then watch either this stream or one of our partnered streamers, and you'll gain access to the beta code after about a half hour or so. You hope that Team Meaty Marley are able to bring this one back, because typically Clubhouse is a defender-sided map. The fact that Team Skittles are already off to the races with 2 rounds is a bit abnormal for what we see out of Clubhouse. But hey, it is a show match. This is not the epitome of competitive, and most importantly, it's not an esports competition.
Well, I think it's just, you know, when you look at Roy and you look at Varsity, he's kind of just taking him to school, and Roy's taking him to the gym. You know, they're both educating Team Meaty Marley on some degree.
Yeah. It's a cheeky little angle that we just saw from Rolo in a spot that was popularized in esports called the Adam spot, as there was a player named Adam who at one point in time hid there as a Vigil, went undetected, and then got an ace as he came back. What on earth? Atheno capitalizing off of that. Rasco trading back as Varsity gets 1 for Team Skittles. I feel like I caster cursed this team, Gabe, as it's only Yo Boy Roy and Eldid is the last remaining. They'll plunge through the smoke of that fire extinguisher in the hallway. Marley lets the sledge of Yo Boy Roy swing by. We're not even a minute in, but Rolo blows things up with a nitro cell, and Team Meaty Marley is on the board.
There we go. Get the 2-piece with the C4 from Rolo. Again, that's going to be a TikTok clip that I'm sure she's going to upload as soon as possible.
They're all farming clips. They're all farming clips. Sunswap has now come in, so as was discussed by Chris, but Gabe, you can touch upon, when you're on attack, you ban a defender.
Correct.
When you are a defender, you ban an attacker. So gone are whether you want to remove one or the other. Now it's just locked in, you tackle it head on. Team Skittles, whatever bomb site they go to, which looks like it'll be one of the upstairs bomb sites, CCTV and cache, they don't want to deal with a thermite. Thermite is so strong on this bomb site, not just to open up that CCTV wall, but additionally to open up the other portion of the upstairs, which would be the jacuzzi wall or the construction wall. It's going to hinder the attacker.
Which we're not only seeing a bandit brought successfully, but we are also seeing that mute just for that little extra bit of reinforcement to make sure that any bit of denial on those walls is going to be warded off. But that goes into, once again, the picks and bans. That the fact that it falls off on the half, that you are now seeing what the other team had to go against, what that defending side wasn't successful with, you can essentially get rid of once you get to that level and know exactly kind of the approach and how you want to play your defenses or how you want to play your attack just based off that first half.
Bomb located by attackers.
Looking like it's going to be a pretty default setup from the side of Team Skills. Nothing too crazy here. I am expecting Varsity to either bandit trick this wall, which I think that's what we're going to see here. Bandit trick these walls. And then the real question is, how is Team Meaty Marley going to play into this attack?
For those that are unfamiliar with Siege, and I mean, I suspect there's a few people watching who haven't had full hands-on experience with the game, when you reinforce a wall, it means that you need a specific gadget to cut through that steel reinforcement. Thermite is one of those operators. He was the one that was banned by Team Skittles. You see that Rasco, playing that ace, will have access to it. Atheno also has access to one of those gadgets. When a bandit puts down those batteries, it electrifies the wall, which prevents that hard breach gadget from going off. Varsity just put down a new battery, destroying one of the gadgets, but he wasn't able to get both walls in time. So there is now an opening through that reinforced wall that the attackers can use to their advantage. But walls work both ways. Defenders can use it too.
And the question is, I mean, we have a lot of intel. We've always stressed throughout Siege, intel, intel, intel, and we have that not only with the Valkyrie, but then with the Echo. So it's a question of, they have nothing to find these cameras. They have to be vigilant of where they're planting, where they're going to be trying to entry from, and seeing if they can find this intel, where I am going to be expecting Team Skittles to be utilizing that to the best of their ability. And we could see an engagement here happening in construction, where we do see Varsity go down. He's now getting taken to the gym from Atheno, and it's not looking too good for Skittles.
I mean, when you're playing on Bandit, your primary job is to keep those walls electrified. And correct. Varsity did that for the most part. To die early, we were about halfway through the round, it's not terrible. I mean, you never want to be the team to give up the first kill. Skittles does trade it back a little bit later, and then Roy will give the advantage to Skittles. They sacrificed Varsity, and I guess the rest of the team was like, now we can play a little bit better. And they very quickly turned this around. Now Skittles is on the board for this round as well. Every single player in the lobby with a kill. The team's evenly balanced to this point. And boy, oh boy, what a heady task for Rasco and Atheno. On the right side of your screen, you see our free cam showing off part of the objective, but Team Skittles is just indomitable. Macy J closing out the round again. Team Skittles had surrendered the previous round to Team Meaty Marley, but Team Skittles going back to a 2-round lead.
Again, it's that information game. They were playing beautifully with that, going for spawn peaks, running out, capitalizing on those moments, as we just saw in that last, where Skittles jumps out the window, grabs that kill onto Atheno. So again, this is going to be important when you're going into this ban phase. What is your opponent using that is catching you off guard? Get rid of that information. We aren't going to get rid of that information. So that's a little unfortunate, but to say the least for Roy, I think he's going to be a little... Actually, no. They banned that. So Roy's actually banning his favorite character of Castle. That's kind of a questionable choice on my end, because as we know, he loves Castle. Everyone knows he loves Castle. He makes strats with Castle, and now he's eliminated. So then it makes me question then, are they getting rid of the Castle because they know exactly that they're going to try to copy Roy's strats that we've seen through and through on all social medias?
We are very quickly on match point. With the show match, we are playing by the ranked rules. So if you are new to Rainbow Six Siege, or I guess Siege X, as we call it now, this is where the end comes for Team Meaty Marley, unless they're capable of winning on attack. Again, Clubhouse is a very defender-sided map. If you play this map, the defenders should win the lion's share of rounds. Team Meaty Marley dropped the ball when they were playing as defenders. Team Skittles did not do that on their maiden voyage of defense. Will they prolong this series, or will that be it for our show match? I thought the teams were a little bit more balanced. I'm a little disappointed that Team Meaty Marley have fallen by the wayside. Marley in particular, it's his namesake. Both of his kills only coming in the first round.
I was just going to say, it looks like Team Skittles is actually playing into their setup. We're on the other end on Meaty Marley's. We're kind of seeing, you know, a little unorthodox setup. It's not to say that unorthodox gameplay doesn't work in a game like Siege, but from what we're seeing just at the basic level, Team Skittles is definitely trying to set up properly and close it out. here and a forward. He does catch the mirror. He did try to do what Meaty Marley, I believe, was successful in, but couldn't get it done. To continue on, Marley is going to clear with this nomad. No one's droning for him. This is where you need to be droning. This is key. Quick engagement. Buckets up capitalized. Now they're 5v3. This is actually looking very good. So as you know, I was commending on Team Skittles. There we go. We see that ingredient being displayed right there to block off any rotation going down in those main lobby stairs. Wonderful catch from our observers. But again, this is looking good for Meaty Marley. They just have to play this man advantage.
And these players in the lobby likely have hundreds to even thousands of hours playing on Clubhouse. None of those hours played with the indestructible ingredients. So I appreciate the fact that they're trying to use them because it wouldn't be second nature to me. I wouldn't think, oh, I need to shoot one of these fire extinguishers. Oh, I need to pop one of the pipes. I would be thinking, bog standard executes, let's do what needs to be done, but they're showing off some of the changes to core Siege, and Rasco flattens Macy J, as it's a big round for Marley, and this game is not over yet.
I think Marley's team heard what you're saying, that you're a little disappointed in their gameplay, and then they go into probably one of the hardest sites to try to take as an attacker, and you do it flawlessly. So again, it's going to be a question of what are you going to ban here to try to get you to push it to an overtime. Let's see what we are going to see out of Meaty Marley and from Team Skittles to either help secure the game or push it even further. So now we're seeing the Bandit. I would have rather seen the Bandit come out sooner when you are on that attack, but we are seeing the Ace, so they are getting rid of 2 hard breachers and that ability of Thatcher being able to help assist with those.
I mean, I think the thing with the Bandit ban is that when you go into that second half, you don't know what bomb site it's going to be played on, right? And Bandit really isn't the strongest denial operator on that bottom floor bomb site. You like to see Mute, you like to see Kaid. Sometimes teams won't even run any denial. So if you ban a Bandit on that church bomb site down, or on that church bomb site down below, it's a bit of a suboptimal ban. Now that that bomb site has been locked out, they're not going to go to it again because they, you know they're going to rotate through. You know they're going to go to one of the upstairs bomb sites. Now you can leverage that knowledge into a better ban, and that's exactly what we saw. Bandit is far better upstairs.
I think Team Skittles learned their lesson. They aren't going to play as aggressive. They have a lot of stall. They have Macy on tuber route to be able to use those tuber route cannons and to be able to slow down those hard breaches. Oh, you don't take damage in prep phase. That's actually good to know. That's it. Okay. Yeah, you don't take any damage in prep phase. That is actually, I think, beneficial that you don't take that damage if a teammate accidentally shoots it, punches it, whatever that is. I do enjoy seeing that.
I think it's pretty understandable that in the onset, teams will destroy those destructible ingredients early until they figure out how to use them to their advantage, right? You don't want to be in a position where suddenly a rotate is cut off for you as a defender, or suddenly there's a burst of smoke that you're not accounting for. Take care of them in the prep phase. Beautiful shot by Nugget to get rid of Macy J. Team Meaty Marley on attack, doing quite well. I guess it's just an attacker-sided Clubhouse.
Now, I am curious in terms of style. Obviously, we have many things that can deny many things across the board. Now, obviously, with those pipes, when they are destroyed, it does emit that fire. I am curious with the Zoto canister if that then does freeze up the fire, delays it, and then it will explode almost immediately after. I would love to see that if we are able to, but not sure if we will. We'll be able to test it out.
These are questions that will be answered when we get greater opportunities to play the core of Siege. A reminder to everybody about getting access to that beta code. It is for Dual Front, not for the core Siege game you're seeing now. If you want to play what you're watching, you gotta play regular Rainbow Six Siege at the moment, but the beta code that will give you access to Siege X is for Dual Front. Your favorite creators will continue to stream for about an hour once we're done the official broadcast, which is in a couple minutes, frankly. Once this show match is done and we talk to the winning team, we'll be saying goodbye, and then your favorite creators will continue to stream, and if you watch them and one of the partnered streamers, you can still gain access to the beta code. All you gotta do is link your Ubisoft connected Twitch account, and you'll gain access to the beta code. That's available on PC and current consoles.
Parker, I am as excited as everyone else is to get my hands on it. I'm more excited to see this engagement of the Kaid taking that engagement onto Hot Tub, and then an immediately collapse of them trying to take site. Marley does a great job taking over construction, but Varsity once again taking Eno to school. It is on Marley for his team to keep them alive.
If Marley fails here, that's the ball game, and it's a strike down the middle from Varsity Gaming. Team Skittles will win the very first Siege X showdown. Look at how happy he is. You can just tell how much it is.
I mean, look at all of them. They're stretching. It's just another day in the office. Look at Macy. He's like, oh, this
I mean, show matches are for fun. We're here to showcase the new goods, but these are ultimately for fun. Teams are going to play operators that you might not see all that frequently. They're going to play operators that might not be in the meta. They're going to play bomb sites that you might not see very frequently. But we got to see in that particular map what the visual overhaul for Clubhouse looks like. We got to see the new Pixan phase in action. We got to see those destructible ingredients and how they factor in to the goings-on of a round.
I mean, whether it's the destructible ingredients, whether it's the audio overhaul, whether it's the picks and bans across the board, we are entering a new era where metas are going to be shaped and defined all over once again for this.
Well, you heard from him earlier today, and he's the winner. So why not hear from Skittles again? We've got Patricia down on the stage. She's having a preliminary chat with him.
Hi there, I'm here with Team, with Skittles and Team Skittles. Please give it up one more time.
با قرار چی میام بذاری زهر مار تموم شه من اینو بذارم دانلود این تموم بشه من میتونم دانلود کنم
I mean, you know your way around Siege so well. 10 years, right? Yeah.
Rainbow
Advice for people who are yet to get their hands on Siege X.
آره تموم بشه میتونم دانلود کنم
ما هم میتونیم تو بتونیم As you guys all saw, it's like a whole new band system, new lighting.
بریم با هم رنگ بزنیم.
There's so much to learn now. Just take it all in.
اونجا نمیتونی رنگ بزنی. اونجا فقط 6 به 6 گل بخوری.
It's been an absolute pleasure to watch you play. Thank you. All right, guys.
بعد سوالی شما بذاری دانلود بعد میخوای بیاین و رنگ بزنی؟
بله بله اینترنت فیبر نوری 1000 مگابیت دانلود 1000 مگابیت آپلود
حتی با اون لگ میخوری تو بازی.
پس چرا میگی من لگ میخورم بنیامین؟
سیستمم خرابه کاری به اینترنت نداره
میخوره بابا چه لگی
پلی چه گی
حاجی 1080 چیز میکنه استریم میکنه 1080 سوپر میبینه 1080 بازی میکنه اصلا من موندم
خدای شوهرم 1080 سوپر نیدم
ببین خوب از زدم
720
ببین بذارید با هم دیگه ببینید بونگا
It is really cool to see so many of the people who voice characters in our game show up at events. Patricia is just one of that we have had an opportunity to meet at events.
من زمانی که اونا چی دارن خیلی بازی نمی گفتم زمانی که کسی باشه بازی نمیکنم آخر شبایی ظهرایی که تعطیل میکنن اینجوری
نو خواهی تو پلی
بعدش هم
بعد از اون رو میخوابن
کجا میخوابن بسخال من میمونم
تو میگه میخوابن
من
اسپریت دویش از فالکون باخت آره تو گاییدم
okay. I'm watching. Where is my phone?
We got to see the new 6v6 game mode Dual Front. We got to see core gameplay updates. We got to see them in core siege in 5v5.
رفیقم.
Lots of goodies. And we're not quite done yet. You can still gain access to the Dual Front beta.
I'm waiting for ending this stream also. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe another time.
Watch either this stream or soon to be the partnered streamers because we're about to wrap up.
نمیریم تو بازی ها خراب شد فقط اونو تو سرورم تموم شد جی جی الان اونو دوباره میوفن جلومون تموم شد جی جی
one of the current gen systems. It has been one heck of a day and it is a great honor to be one of the two people to take a moment to pay tribute to a game that has made our lives better but has also just made our lives period. Think about where we would be if it wasn't for our involvement in Siege. You've been involved for almost a decade. I've been involved for coming on 8 years. That's crazy. So thank you to you, the community. Thank you to Ubisoft. Thank you to all who took part. Yeah. Cheer for maybe the last time.
Absolutely.
Thank you to Alienware and Blacklight, our sponsors. But before we sign off, there's one person who has had an enormous impact on this game. And as I don't want to say breathe new life into it, but it is undeniable that his involvement, his love of the game, and his constant work on screen and off has made our game bigger than ever. He received a commendation at the 6th Invitational, our World Championship event. Who do you think?
میتونی حاجی به خاطر چی فالکون BDS رو کامل خرید؟
No. It's Jinxie. Somebody who has
چی؟
به دلیلی که بتونه بیاد تو اروپا.
BDS رو کامل نخرید. BDS الان یه تیم جداست.
BDS رو کلا با جاش خرید. اصلا BDS تعطیل شد دیگه. یه تیمی به نام BDS وجود نداره.
چرا عزیزم تیم دوتا دوش هست تیم همه چیش هست
نه آره رینبوشو دارم من میگم
رینبوش دیگه کلا
آره رینبوشو کلا خرید
BDS رو خرید نه
رینبو BDS رو من بعد گفتم
نه کلا BDS الان میتونه رینبو هم بگیره الان بازیکن میگیره
نه من فکر نمی کنم دیگه بگیر چون داخل استوری گذاشته بود thank you for all supporting و چه میدونم فلان و اینا این مموری شایکور بری چه فلان
حالا نگاه الان رنشینو رو میاره 4 تا بازیکن دیگه هم میاره میشینه رو کار
رنشیرو که بهترین بازیکنیه که میتونه پیک کنه رنشیرو الان دیگه فکر نمی کنم مثلا رینبو رو دیگه نگاه بکنه باید الان 50 سالش باشه رنشیرو
پلیر خوبی بوده جی
بهترین کس بود به نظرم
بهترین چی؟
بهترین کس
این چیه به همه میگه
IGL
IGLش LMs بود
ببخشید اشتباه گفتم دوتا
رنشیرو
اونی بود که همیشه میشاشید تو بازی ها BDS
رنشیرو تو بودی اسلش فقط بازی میکرد
آره میدونم خیلی بازیش خوب
واقعا بازیش خوب بود
الان این 5 تا رفتن برای فالکون
آره
الان میگیره بازیکن الان BDS نمیمونه که کسخور رو زنه
عربا تو چی نمیتونستن بیان خیلی تو اروپا یعنی تو مثلا فینالا و اینا نمیرسیدن گفتم BDS رو ما میگیریم حداقل تا سوم الان هر دفعه فالکون تا سوم میاد
احمد میگم 5 تا بازیکن خریده BDS رو نخریده کسمم
BDS فکر نمی کنم تیم بده حالا شاید هم بده نمیدونم
الان خود فالکون فکر کنید جلاد ملاد نمیاره بالاخره یه عرب میندازه تو کار
راسترش کلا همون BDS از چیش بگیر اسمش چیه بگو کوچش بگیر تا پلیراش کلا BDS همه رو انداخته بیرون لغت زیرشون گفته برین گمش
آره دیگه بالاخره نمیکشیدن.
I mean, he's the face. He's that guy. He's him.
Yeah. I mean, so
بازی
many
اونا
people are
کجا
streaming
اونا
watching
کجا.
this game, by the way, but I mean, like, Jinx, he's the king.
He is the king. He's not the King George. He's the King Jinx.
For those that are unfamiliar with
حالا
the
الان
scene, by the
خیلی
way,
زیاد شاید شایکو اینا جلومون بخورن.
he is a world champion himself. He came from
چون تو میدل داره سرچ میکنه کس خود.
میدل سرچ نمیکنه.
شایکو الان میدل سرچ میکنه کسخل مثلا با پینگ به جا پینگ 9 بر مثلا پینگ 180 و بازی کنه.
بوتکمپشون اینجاست دیگه احتمالاً پوریا.
مگه میشه؟
آره چرا نشه.
ببینم.
حالا من دیشب نگاه کردم 4 تا مچ زده بود تو سرور ایو هم بود رنگش هم کوپر بود کوپر 1.
یعنی میگی ایو که
ببخشید یو ای من اسم اینا رو قرقاتیم.
The vision and what Siege has looked like for so long and continuing to do so. So to answer your question bluntly, I enjoyed everything across the board.
It really was an extraordinary day. And that's the last pun you're going to hear from us because we're all done. Thank you to everybody involved in this production. Thank you to you.
دیگه از سیج ایکس به بعد امیدوارم که اینجوری نباشه تو رنکش، ولی اگر باشه دیگه هر راند کاورا و جکال و یه کسشرا رو میبینی، چون که هر راند به راند اپراتور باید بند کنی.
نه آقای محترم ایو زده ایو زده
بالاخره حالا میان تو چی هم میزنن.
ولی منم از یه لحاظ فکر کنم فالکون بره تیم اروپایی بشه. بسخولن اروپا رو ول بیان منا
خودش اصلا اروپا زاده اینه ها یارو رو نمی اروپا زاده همه این بچهاش اروپاست. 2 تا مچ زده اروپاست.
ایو سنترال راست میگی. من باید چی کنم
الان؟ پس من چیکار کنم؟ پیشنهاد فالکون رو اکسپت کنم؟ شایکو یارمه؟
نه پیشنهاد بی دی اس من و تو علی و لئو امین و ابیوزر. کسترمونم علیه چه
کستر که زیبا بود. آی جی ان
همه را اشتباه گفتم بگیرم.
نه مونده آیجیلمون علیهش بشه.
بچی داداش
با خدا آی جیلی میکنم بازی 3-0 رو برگردوندم دیشب.
آره
رفتم آجی با دیموس ته مپ نشستم 3 نفر رو وان تپ کردم. مپ چی بود؟ بوردر. همون جای بنیامین میگه چرا میری وای میسی؟
چون تو اروپا بودی کسما این سبب بودی میزدم در کونه.
وای داره بیا اینجا وایسا ته من یارو اون برای من وال داره یه جوری میست. لئو
این قشنگ
من وال داره یه جور میزنه تو هیت ولی 2 روز خونه تو
واقعا
خدایی یارو وال نشسته روش.
ولی آجی من تو کل این از سیزن اومده تا الان بازی کردم چیتر کلا یک بار خورد جلو.
تو بازی نکردی
کلا یک بار خورد جلوم. اون یه بارم ریج بود. یارو داشت وال و دیوار و پریفایر و ایمبات و همه چی داشت. با LMG میدوی تو همه رو میکشت.
اوکی برادر تو ما رو بند
اونایی که گفتم بند شدن. بعد خودم یه دونه مچ کم 44 تا کم کرد. من آخه نفهمیدم کی بند شدی چی شده. من 44 تا پوینت از هم کم شد.
چی جدی
44 تا دونه پوینت از هم کم شد.
چی جدیه
دیروز نه کی بند شده اینجا رو کسی بند شده. اینا کش کنمشون بازی نکرد.
کپکان دارن آجی تو رو خدا ندارید برید تو
واقعا یار رندوم چطور
یکی رفته یکی پشت بوم یکی ته راهروه این میستر بنانا احتمالا
حالا استریم تموم شده میری آقای
یک شد
یوبی
یارو الان هیل میکن بورید یه ته راه کسی نیست یارو رفته تو سایت نیست
آن رو داری؟
اما تنوری کسی معلوم نی
باش تو بری از اون در پوش بدی آجی آخه با هم میرین یا
بودی این سوراخه رو بپا این سوراخ رو بر دیوارته همون سوراخ که داری تیر میزنی
بلنک حال به
Bunlar nereden biliyor? Onun sıfırlandı.
Ali abi
Ha,
şey
tamam.
Epic'te indirim yok şu an. $40 diyor Epic'te.
Şeyde EA Games'e bak.
EA Games'e bakayım.
Ekle. Sonra Hakan.
EA Games'te var şu an bak mesela Battlefield Hardline $1
من چی داری میخوری؟ چی داری زهرم مار میکنی؟ دیوس
EA Games'te de var herhalde.
Ayda ne demek beni ekleme ya?
مطمئنی سیوا جی؟ اینقدر با اشتباه میخوری سیوا
Bilgisayarımda ben girecek halim yok. Gerçi bulacağım.
سیوای منم؟
همه چی. Ya burada bir Ali abi bir şey söyler misin ya?
Hello.
منم
AFK'yı kabul ediyorsan gelin.
البته از آلو چامو
Hello.
Hello Ali.
خیار بوسه من
DTM aç. DTM ne?
Yar buti.
Team Deathmatch diye ya.
Ya Team Deathmatch ne Allah için ya. İyice kafayı yedi. Paslayacak ama.
Ahmet sen gelebiliyor musun? Eve
Seküler
geçtin
yer.
mi? Ceyhun sen gelebiliyor musun?
علی
Kont gelebiliyor musun?
این خیارشون ریزایی اینا که دوندونا
İlla
Aslında
bir şey
şey-
yazalım.
İndirdiler orada.
de 1 TL yollarsın hesabı.
Dundun.
این گلخونه یا
Kastım ya.
بهش هرمون میزنن گنده
5 vs 5 custom arkadaşlar
Tamamen
gelin.
şarkı usulü.
Şilavatı bademcuni.
Ve sonunda
Osman'ın şeyine bak
ben
amına
nerede?
koyayım reklama. Ekranı İslam arkadaşlık sitesi. Nerelere
Abi
giriyorsa
gizli modda açıyorum ben. Operan
kodu
benim
gelir.
gizli modda açıyorum.
arkadaşlık İslam arkadaşlık.
O 14'üne gelecek X kodu.
Büşra gör bunları gör. Neler arıyor bak.
Abi
Osman
Müslüman
şu benim
adamız bir
oyunu ne
kere
zaman
yani.
yollayacaksın?
Sen daha VS'ye gelmiyorsun.
VS
diyorum,
geliyorum hadi yolla kodu geleceğim hadi.
Ne kodu
Yani
ya?
hani çocuk şeydi?
Sen
Benim
yolla
adıydı.
kodu ben
Ne
halledeceğim.
yapacaksın?
Benim küçüğü bırakırım.
Tam VS'nin ödülü oyun kodu işte. Oraya gelir Osman sen.
$1 Steam kod random key.
Abi her türlü şeye açığım. Çiğ köfte deyin çiğ köfte. Şöbiyet deyin şöbiyet. Güllaç deyin güllaç.
Oğlum sen
Bana
parayı
nasıl
vermeyecek
yollayacaksınız
misin?
peki kazanırsam? Hadi bakalım. Buraya
Sen benim
şöbiyet mi
takımımda
gelir?
olacaksın ve
Sana
kazanan
yemek
takımımda.
sepeti kodu Türkiye'ye
Yemek
geldiğin
sepeti
zaman.
yok ki bizim burada işte. Öyle
Tamam
bir
işte
şey
Türkiye'ye
yok.
geldiğin zaman.
Ne oyunun
Yemek
peki?
sepeti. Yavru sepeti yok mu ya?
Ama sana Deliveroo'dan.
Takeaway diye bir şey var. Oradan artık yemek sepeti gibi. Oradan artık
Deliveroo yok mu?
Euro-
Deliveroo
Euro
olması
üzerinden.
lazım.
Delivery de yok. Uber
Hadi
var.
Ceyhun hadi.
Just Eat.
Yok. Just Eat
Ali abi,
iste Takeaway.
EA'de de
Glovo var ya
Kaç
Glovo.
dolar?
Glovo da yok.
bende
Hadi
Ruby
diyeceğim,
dediği
nasıl?
gözüküyor da 50
Bozkurt'u
Ruby.
yazmıyorum.
Bakalım
İcra
diyeceğim
işleri
ben
yazıyorum.
Benim oturduğum bölgede sadece Takeaway
Devam
bir de
et,
şey
devam
var.
et.
Ruble kaç manat?
50
Hadi
ruble
gel
20
konuşarak mı
lira.
Konan Puriya?
manat
Gel
abi.
konuş.
Felenk archive.
Ödeyim sana bak.
Elçin.
Ticareti alan aramış Elçin. Elçin öğren bu işleri.
Epic'te
Başka
2
kim
zira
var?
buraya.
Bozkurt
Lo
var.
2
Ömer
zira,
burada mı
lo
lan?
2 zira, lo 2 zira.
Ha,
Vardır ya.
Lazer diyeyim şuna.
Lo Legion to side.
Ravası gel konuşun konuyum.
Çektin mi Elçin?
Kerem.
Aynen
Abi,
rotation
diğer
rotation
WhatsApp
rotation rotation.
şeyine çekerim.
Allah yine
Zaten
karar
Rotation
indirim var
nişas.
daha.
Ya bu oyunun
Rotation,
yayında
rotation.
devamlı reklam izliyoruz. Kardeşim şu
Rotation,
reklamları
rotation.
kıs biraz ya.
Abicim biz reklamcıyız. Reklam sponsorluğu aldık.
Hayır çok
Nescafe
Bak abi,
için
yazacağım
aldık.
amaç
seni.
diyeceğim de kazanmıyorsun da.
Alo biyo
Nereden biliyorsun kazanmadım abi?
2
Bak
rotation.
abi yazdım seni ekledim.
Become to pushing. Banana.
Çarka seni de yazdım.
Gübre 20
Hafif
TL
kalk
burada.
hadi.
1 manata geliyor lan neredeyse yine aynı.
Alacağım abi yarın.
Lo lo.
Hallederim onu.
Bakın. Pencere
oyunu
double
yolla.
window.
1 manat kaç TL?
اولیه.
21.
جفتشون
Amına
رو
bu nasıl
میتونی
ayarlamışlar?
بزنی.
Buradan da alsan
ببین
aynı, buradan da alsan aynı.
روتیشن
double
یکم
window اومد بیرون.
بابا هیدشو زدم هید نزدم من پایین بود یعنی انقدر
پایه
کجاش
زدی
Şimdi kaç kişi şeyde?
Abicim benim reklamlar defaultta. Ben bak
یه
attırıp
چیز زدم
istiyorsan bak
بالا هید یه زدم
saniyede
پایین
reklam gör.
Yaz
بنیامین
bak the crying one nakamura yaz.
بنیامین میگم بنیامین داد آمارشو خوب نداد daha.
Osman'da niye hiç reklam yok?
داداش.
Ha. 10'uncuyu
داداش
آه.
داداش نکن حاجی.
یا حکم حاجی.
Gideceğim abi hemen sana.
sen رفتی پشت بومنه انتری
حاجی
یارو
داداش
ویژن
داداش
بده
Oldu
هست.
mu? 1,
Lan nakamura yazmadın.
نمیپره تو
Alo.
بوم
4, 5,
نمیپره
6,
تو
7,
بوم تو
آفرین خود
میخوری
دیگه
8.
بعد
Tamam
ول
oğlum Nakamura
کنید بری
atayım.
دیگه
Poşet
یارو یهو
geçeyim.
بلند
Ali
میشه
abi
میاد
kaybederseniz sizin zararınıza Ali abi başlıyor.
میکنتت بعد
هم
تو
این
یه
میری
کار
عقب
کنیم
تیرا
حاجی یه
بهت
کار کنیم
نمیخوره بعد دوباره میای پیک میدی میمیری میشه بنیامین
اونجا پیک ندادم که رفتم
حاجی
پایین مردم
خب
بس
الان
بشه
میشه
من
بقیه چی
بنیامین
میشه یه دقیقه وایس جانم علی چی بگو
حاجی من احمق از 2 ساعت پیش بهم کدو داده بودن تا الان
ای
ثبت کردم.
بابا
ای کیرم توش
ای
ای
بابا
کیرم ای بابا ای بابا
عجب عجب عجب میتونستم
علیش
تا
و
الان
کد داشته
دانلود کنم.
آجی علیش و کد داشته این همه وقت وای یورد مارک
ولی داداش علیه شب برو خود رو زودتر گرفته چیزا گری
علی 4 تو کی میدم
شنیدم اول علیچ گرفته بعدش سازنده دیولوپر رینبو
بعد
من
دقیقا
یعنی به
شنیدم
یارو ندادن
اصلا
گفتم ویت
اول
علیچ
علیچ میدونسته قرار ایسی جیکس بیاد بعد دیولوپرای رینبو
حالا گوش کن یه چیزو گوش کن یه چیزو گوش کن چیشم بهم فرستادن که کمترین مینیمومش چیه رزولوشن 1080 لوست 60 فریم باید ای سیستم رو داشته باشی آی فای آی س... چی آی تری 8100 جی پی یو حداقل 1650 8 گیگ رم 35 گیگ
لاشی
اس اس
جوان
دی.
نکردیم چجوری رفتی تو اون ته ها
حاجی 2060 من دیگه کم کم خداحافظی شده.
شاد کن بچه شاد کن
نه
ببر پایین رو
این کدومه
Sound muted.
Tamam.
Bana kardeşim gelecek. Ben kazandım.
Ha, tamam ilk şey sana geliyor. Hadi bak. Devrim
Ömer çıkar amına koyayım. Hay amına siktiğimin. Neyse hadi.
Devrim Ali iyidir bu arada ha. Şimdi
Server ev sentral kuruyoruz bu arada umurumda değil.
ekran mı yok?
Var
Pardon,
var.
tamam.
Var ekran.
Hı.
Bunun şerefine bir reklama basılır.
Hadi bakalım.
Ekran yok. Ali abiye demiş ekranı yok. Şimdi hadi bir daha sıra bizde.
Bak şimdi buna Kerem çıkar. Amına koyayım benim hayatta şansım yok amına koyayım.
Burak abi.
Abi
Bunları
bu
bu arada
kadı tam
kapatıyor
full
muyduk lan?
toksik lazım abi.
Devrim Ali siliyoruz. Burak abiyi de siliyoruz.
Abi adaletsiz olmasın
Adaletsizlik yaptı bu arada. Silmesi
Abi
lazım
bence
baştan.
iyilerden
unuttuk
birer
diye.
tane alsın iki takım
Kerem karşıya gitti.
Kerem abi tam toksik
Kesin
squad
lose.
topluyordu amına koyayım.
Yendik ki.
Kesin lose.
Ben şimdi nasıl psikolojik oynayacağım izle.
Ali bana geleydi ya.
Lazer gitti.
Hemen vereyim. Hemen vereyim.
Alihan da bende. Usulsüzlük mü yaptık? Yanlış mı oldu?
Doğru
GS
söylüyor. Bak,
abi.
ikinci yatarken
Yapı var.
sıkmadın yani.
Evet
Yapı
doğru.
var.
Doğru
Baştan.
söyledi ama şimdi bunu benim değil. Bunu Ali abinin başvurması lazım. Ben yaparsam olmaz.
Yapı
Bana ne
var.
amına koyayım? Çarkı sen çeviriyorsun. Ben mi uğraşacağım onunla
Doğru,
da?
doğru. Tamam işte,
Çevirseydin abi.
ağlama amına koyayım. Senin dediğini
Sen
yaptım
ağlıyorsun
ya.
oğlum ben ağlamıyorum oğlum.
Yabancı
Sen
yabancı çark gelsin.
Alihan
yabancı
da
çark
bende.
çevir abi.
Cahit abi karşıda. Amına koyayım Şampiyonlar Ligi oldu.
Ömer'i de çektim mi tamamdır.
Osman karşı var ya.
Hakan'ı verecek.
Monitörü bir
Hakan'ı
santim.
verecek. Hakan'ı verecek.
Elçin de bende.
امشب رفتم
Amına
ببریم
ayrılır
بیرون
mıyım
گفتم
amına
خدا
koyayım ya.
گولارم
همینجوری که نرم باش بیرون
versiki.
باجی
Bence bir şey diyeyim mi? Algar yapacaktık bu arada. Çark
Bence de algı yapacak.
içinden geçti her
Abi
şeyini
şey-
برم خونه
söyleyeyim.
غذا بخورم گوبر
Hadi
بخور
lazeri yapıyalım. Lazer
اومدم
de
خونه
bana
واسه بازی
tek
زنگ
seçin
زد
ya bu
گفتم
böyle
آجی
olmaz.
کلوپار
Lazer
گذاشتم
bende.
درست شد درست نشده مثلا شب دیگه
Kardeşim çarkı ben mi çıkardım? Kendi çekti amına.
فقط این
İstanbul
بازی
usulüne
داره
göre
حالم
çevirseydin sen de.
خیلی حالم بده
Hocam sıkıntı yok.
اینا یه طرف خوبه یه طرف بد.
Yaşlar burada mı?
Gruptan çıkacağız.
دنیای
Kerem sende
آسوده
kurulu mu?
Alo.
Yok bende şey var. Prep phase'siz var.
Yani.
Cahit
Hazırlık
abi
yok.
kapatmış komple şeyi.
دنیای بیهوده
Ömer yazsana
Hacı
ona.
sen yüz abi yüzden bir
Map ne map ne? Oregon
زنگ
mu?
بزنید بیاد به نظرم آجی خیلی
Ona da
امروز
باید
ناراحت
شرط
شده اسم
بذاری.
کنم الکی
Map'i
Hayır
arkamda.
ya.
برابر شما
Oregon inek ya bu. Bence. Yani top atmış sanki.
Bende
Yarın bırak
normal
çocuğu Allah.
20
Bizde.
round var bende.
Benim şarj arası.
Prep phase açayım.
Şarj
Normal
arası.
standart yok mu?
Nerede
Şey
çekiyor?
standart diyorum. Banlı şey.
Tam bandı
Rockstar
benimki
şeyini
zaten.
at işte
هم
ya.
اینجا واسه
7
سوراخ
atsan
درست
olur.
کنم خواستی
Var
یا
işte
بپر تو
otomatik
سایت
var artık eskisi gibi değil.
Abicim
Onlar
ne
da
şike var hakkı
şey
var
var.
amına koyayım. Ağlamayın ya.
Prep phase var.
Ben hiçbir şeye karışmadım. Kendi yaptı ne yaptıysa.
Ortak karar aldık Ali abi. Ben de kendi ayağıma sıkmadım amına koyayım.
Abi İslam usulüne göre çark çevirdik burada. Yapacak bir şey
Ayla
yok.
bayla yapacaktık amına koyayım benim dediğim gibi.
Artı
Ağladım.
یارو هنوز سقفه
Kim yaptı? Ben sana ne yaparsan yap dedim. Sen kendin yaptın. Kaybettin. Domalacaksın şimdi.
Ha o kadar emin konuşma
ای
kardeş.
مادرتو گاییدم این ور
Allah,
صفو
Asman benim karşımda olsun. Başka bir şey istemiyorum ben.
Lazer bizde. Gol
من فوریه
Al sen benim
دارم
götüne bir çakayım mermiyi de görsen şimdi.
Çakamadın. Ranked'da geldi çakamadın.
Ghost attı oğlum.
Yeni atar.
Şimdi de atacak.
حاجی راندو بگیره خدای ناراحت میشم
لو اچ پی باک
کی
انجام
Hani oğlum nerede bu
یا
joystick?
کیری به
Ömer.
سقف میدی نکن دیگه
Desene
بابا یه باز داریم
neymiş
مثل آدم میبریم و توی کونی
ساکا
خبر
بنه
میشی
ده.
و برای من کیر نفر اولشون اول
Bu arada ben
روز
unuttum
گاهیدن
kim hangi
تموم
benim
شد رفت
takımımdaydı ya.
کسکش
Defa evvelci ben zaten.
Abi ben kadını
بعد
biliyorum.
منو من
Kerem,
زدم تو
Cahit
زدی
Star.
کیری
Pandora,
اسپان
Pandora
زدمش
vardı.
پاندا 4 اون
Ben-
8
bütün
کیری
adamları
تو
Ali,
almış
Ali var, Ali var
Neyse,
bizde.
ama-
Abi hadi ben amına.
Matubi,
Abi
Matubi.
bari ağlama oynayın bakayım.
این بی
Abi Fener'de bugün inşallah bir 3 yer.
Hangisini dedik
O
lan?
Hakan'ı bali verseydiniz ya.
Orikel.
Abi zaten dün şike yaptılar. Atletico Madrid'i elemek için Real Madrid lobisi nasıl çalıştı?
Abi
Banlı mı
orada
yapıyoruz standart
şey
mı
değil
yapıyoruz?
He?
Hem de
Prolik
Orikel.
kur
Banlı
ya.
olsun.
Prolik kur. Prolik kur.
Prolik yapacaksın işte. Bunun Prolik yukarıdaki.
VIP'im
yok,
çocuk
Prolik
yok
gibi.
konu.
Yeteneği var. Normal birden fazla oynarız işte. Ranked mı standart mı?
Prolik. Lan 3 round mu oynayacağız amına koyayım?
Benyami.
4 olan kazanıyor rankta.
O da
He.
sar şöyle iyi var.
Pro Lig
Lan 4 round ne ama?
Niye
Alışana kadar
amına
maç
koyayım?
biter.
Benim
Şey-
takımım
Ya
çok şey.
haklası yine
Şey
dobalmamak
efendi.
için.
Ha.
En başta demedik mi?
Siktir olun gidin amına koyayım.
Çiğ.
Oğlum
Çiğ.
demin demedin
Bak
mi?
amına koyayım.
Demin demedin mi Prolik'teyken? Bak Kerem bu
Ben
hemen
hiç
ağlamaya
prolik
başladı.
demedim.
Ali
Ranked
için
en
hiç
standart
دیگه
diye
گفتی دیگه آجی گفتی خدا
söyledim.
سرجاده چی
hiç
Bence
ya
de
adam.
ranked atalım,
Beto
üç
hiç
maç
babacım
atalım.
gofte.
Puanlarda mı açacaksın? Ne yapacaksın?
Tamam o zaman şöyle olsun. Rank atalım.
Evet, oğlum,
Maç
Üç maç
bitince
atalım.
hayır dinle. Maç bitince iki takımın da MVP'si kaptan olsun.
Microphone activated.
منوی
علی چجوری bir 10 تا لوز بدیم حالمون بده.
منوین
not yet
بنیامین من میخوای حجر رو ببندی حاجی اگه نمیخوای ببندی مشکی نبند داداش مشکی سیاه قرمز
بچه لابی رو نپرن تو سایت
آه بسته مگه نه
سایت نه
ما نه سرور اومده با مانتی یا حسین دو نفر.
Round 2 side.
آقا بنیامین میخوام بیان.
من میام فعلا کشم.
تیر بزن تیر بزن تیر بزن، بنیامین داره میاد.
تیر نمیزنم اونجی کیل میگیرم. با خارت گاهیدم اونجی. پامو دید. یکی دیگه هست فکر میکنم، یکی گاراژه، گاراژ. خب پیک نده دیگه.
بابا خارکوسه خط در رو نداره، خط اللول داره.
اومد تو توی تو سایت پوری، سایت شپت.
پوری دانت گاییدم.
اصلا نگران نباش، کال داریم برات، هر موقع بیاد توی راه رو بهت میگیم. اومد رو
آرو
رفت
سایت.
توی، نه اومد جلوته، تو جلو میاد، جلو ردو. نلکی. پر نگاه کنیم.
چی؟ ابوالفضل
اینا رو میگم شما
مشکی
بخندیم.
والورمی.
آقا شما میای یه مچ دیگه بزنید.
حالا
واقعا علی ما
تو
منتظر بودیم
کشی
داداش. فاش علی.
علیش خیلی کار زشت داجی ها.
علی واقعا حالا بد میکنه علی بعضی وقتا.
من معذرت میخوام ازت.
معذرتت پذیرفته نمیشه. گیر
علی
تو خونه.
علی علی علی علی علی علی علی.
مرا ببخشید.
شیر ما واسط نمیدیم.
Microphone muted.
علی واقعا نمیدونم به چی بگم. واقعا
Rainbow Six
حسم
X-Pack
خیلی بد.
9990 TL.
چجوری میتونی ما رو
İşte paket.
معطل کنی؟
Osman
Kim veriyor eşe? Kostüm mostüm ya siktir bir şey.
O göster.
Amına
Krediyle alınıyorsa ben alırım bu arada.
Skini var
60k
ya.
kredi alacağım.
Kredi değil ki para yazıyor burada direkt.
Krediyle alınmıyor mu?
İyi
Almamız.
onda
Anladım.
kredi de veriyor.
Markete gelir bir ay sonra.
Guys, I am which side of the game?
Better.
Attacker or defender?
Def
Ali
def ya
come
defense.
Ali siktir et atak defense.
Ping bala.
Ya boş iş oğlum, 1000 lira ona mı vereceğim? 1000 liraya gider ben 2 köfte alırım 2 kilo.
ای
Mos açıyoruz mu mos?
سقان.
خوش آمده جون.
Osman açalım mı olsa oğlum?
بگذاره تدیهش کردم دیگه هیچی نگفته. واسیش. کویزم آجی از 30 شدم 27 و نیم.
Arasana Ömer'i. Biz niye düştük?
Good job.
Spreche.
Kaynak var bizim takımda.
Deutsch sehr gut. Sehr
Yanlıyorum
gut.
yandan.
Ich spreche Deutsch sehr gut.
Ömer'im de şu salak nerede diyeyim, göndersin şunu.
Beşvakaşen. Kunato.
Deutsch in the Deutschland.
Kaşvaşen.
Kaşmaşen ile kaşvalaşen.
Hakan karşı takımda.
Lakörü ben
AFK'da lan onu bir çekseniz aşağıdan.
Hakan Laziel bir bizdeydi.
Lazial bizde. Lazial bir gelsin. Bunlar bakalım.
Oğlum bizim 5. kimdi lan
Aynen.
unuttum ben.
Cahit abiydi.
12 میرسه بچه سر کاره.
Bir sik yemezsiniz
سر
oğlum.
چکو.
Bunlar VS duyunca ölü taklidi mi yapmaya başladı? Ne oldu?
Zendegi.
Kimse yok.
واقعا سر
Oğlum,
کار
baktılar Ali abinin takımındalar. Ulan bir de
Kara
bizim
Azadi
takımımız
ne diye?
güçlü. Ulan bir de
چیکار میکنه خب
kaybedersek.
کلا برداری؟
پیزا.
Ben böyle okuyayım bu arada şeyler.
فسودی میدوار میکنه؟
آره.
می خوش آشپزه؟
آره بلته.
دروغ نگو. کلا.
Ömer'i arıyordu. Ömer'i bir arasın.
Ömer gelmez.
قبلا قبلا خیلی زیاد بیشتر
Kimse
کار
bakmıyor. Amına
میکرد
koyayım ne oldu oğlum evde telefona da bakmıyorlar.
Mos açın.
ne ذره گشاد کرده
Açtım şu an mod sana. Aha bak. Geldi mi?
İnşallah ki hem
Mos
şunu
açtım.
tanımışım içeri. Ben
Açın
çok
abi Mos'u. Sikerler amına koyayım.
Ama ne gibi sanki Mos incelemeyi biliyor Mos aç diye.
mükemmel.
İncelettirecek birilerini tanıyorum.
Ha,
Ethem
kim
abi
kimi
derim.
tanıyorsun?
Ethem
Ha,
abi.
aynen aynen tanıyorsun amına koyayım. 3 kere bizi banlayıp geri açtılar. Bayağı iyi inceliyor.
Mouse is
Monitörü ters
sports
tutuyor
video.
herhalde incelerken.
Ahmet'e veririm. Ahmet burada mısın?
یه هر کی داره وای زدی یا
Ne demek o?
No Hope'a gönder. Mos'un creator'ı. Ben ona
Ne diyor
gönderiyordum.
kaç yoksa?
Geri zekalılar bizi banlayınca. Geri açıyordum.
Ahmet inceler abi.
35.
Kardeşim benim
Kaç
FPS'im
yaşında?
düşüyor.
Muhtemelen terekkü de çevirmiş.
Amına koyayım yenemeyeceğini anlayınca korkuyorlar amına koyayım. Böyle ayak oyunları yapıyorlar.
Valla bana fark etmez. Biz
başlamıyorsak
arkada Zoom
Bravo,
yayınıyla
dur.
oynadık.
Gelen
Hiç
giden
bana
yok
fark
herhalde
etmez.
değil mi?
Başlat böyle ya.
Ali abi başlatıyorum.
Hani oğlum kimse yok ya.
Hakan da yok, şey de yok.
Amına koyayım hepsi salağa yatıyor ya.
Sizi
O
sikerim.
West Europe
Hakan
kurmaya...
beni yazmayın demişti ama başta.
West Europe kurmuşlar ki. Daha şimdiden başlamış olay.
Başlattım. Atas.
Neyse bir yenilerim de bari.
Ayırıyoruz mu odaları?
Tabii canım.
Ayıralım ya.
Hadi inin aşağıya.
Biz kazandık siz inin.
Siz kazandınız zaten. Şey
Dur bakayım ben
yapın,
atabiliyorsam at.
Hayır yazı turayı.
Pencere.
Ha, o zaman biz gidelim, hadi gidelim.
Onu değil ya şunu banlasana. Tamam.
Onu değil şunu mu? O niye lan?
La hadi şuradan şey yapın.
Şu şu.
Osman. at
Şu la
hadi.
şu la. Oğlum bu oğlum bu değil.
Oho.
کجا؟
پوریا اینجره بزنش پوریا
İnce.
اینجر
Ne banlayık lan?
بابا اینجرش
Bir
کردم
oynama
Hepsi
yapıyor ya
baba.
şundan.
Ha, pencere baba görüyoruz.
4 fazla kişiler bir de.
İki rapele saydı. İki rapele
Mehmet
saydı.
götüne bir delik açın da görsünler.
Rassış.
Göster mi aşağıya?
Rassış. Çapeş.
Böyle yukarıdayız. Bakalım spam pick var mı? Sormayacağım spam var mı diye. Yok diyecekler çünkü.
بابا نمیتونستم کاری کنم
Kerem ben demiyoruz çekiyor. Ama gerçi defantmışız. Bakayım
Yine ne
bir
oldu senin? Heh, güzel.
Ha?
Senin bir
این
ping
کار
var.
داشتن یعنی
Hmm.
Arada hoş bir şey.
Bak yine bir drop başladı amına koyayım gece.
Ne kit nede?
گوه نخور
روم
ثانیه
کوسچر نداره
10
بابا،
حرف
خفه شو.
ساید مردید کس می
خفه شو بابا اینه که میگه من مرده کوس
آشغال نوب سگ
اینه که من میگه داونه اینجره
شو
در
فرصة
حکام
آخه
وا
واقعا
نشده آجی 3 نفر تو مرده
بپرس ازش
اینجوری میشه
نه آخه من واقعا صدا اینجوری شنیدم قشنگ صدا Abi neydi? Haber şah şurada.
Rahat şurada
Gariban elçin gitti amına koyayım.
ما رو اون ya
Kerem.
Ya, bilmiyorum.
Hacı.
Bakacağım dur. Ya bana atmayacağım bekle söyleyeceğim. Görmüyorum ki kamerayı kırmışlar.
Sese
Demos
çıkıyor.
var.
Olsun. Mitimiz var rahat.
Bir gün o geldi.
Anacan var.
Rotate etsene oraya.
Kontrol açayım mı?
Aç aç.
Keyfi var yani.
Vurdu beni. Bakın alev attı şeyin arkasına.
دولت چی؟
نه اینگه.
Ya armor tarafında arkalamaya drone bırakmış.
Var mı? Oğlum girmiş lan.
Buraya koca mı orada?
Hadi ne yapıyorsun lan?
I'm disconnect.
Niye ki?
Tabii korsam
My game crashing I think.
Amele.
Def داریم تو سایدا.
Ne crash'ı ya?
It's fixed.
Revanetik var içi.
Both there in trophy side.
Sunrise.
One in armory, one in trophy. One armory, one trophy Ali.
Bir demiyor salmış amına koyayım.
Alır ya Ali alır. You got this bro.
Raperi yardım burada yiyorum.
Hadi gel bakalım.
NT.
Rapel آجی.
My screen turned black I don't know why.
Amına koyayım bir de demiyor salmışlar 3 vs 4'te kere.
لو میخواد بپر اینجا بنیامین اون چیزا باز کردم خدا.
Ben o kapitaya bir çakayım ne görsün şimdi camdan sen dur.
بنیامین میخواد بیاد آکوا. به وایت هم میپری یا آکوا. این پرید بهت میگم. قاضی تو بهت میگم. بنیامین درونت که. بنیامین درونت تو که. هم بغل درونش دید. بنیامین پرید کن.
با یک
ما تو من نشسته پاشو
Var
کمتر کیرم
Tankta drone yapmadık bana bak.
پیک آخریت کسچر آخریه رو نباید میده دیگه تیر نداشت اومد کل تو کشید
دوا پریفایر کرد
آخریه رو نباید میده من دارم بازی همه تون رو استراتژیکتون رو میگم کدوم جا عیب دارید عیب ندارید بعد اینکه گفتم شما میتونید عیبتون رو بگیرید و ادامه بدید
پلیر بهتریشیم یعنی
Ali can you heal me?
مرسی دارش
کدوم قسمتشو گفتی بیاد
Şeyde oynuyor.
آباردارا من آباردارا رو دوست دارم
Dikiş camına sar ki o tavrın oradaki kapının oradan.
Alo.
Biri genç camı sar.
کرونا گیرده
Bir ana cam,
میکنه
bir de
چی
şeyin
میکنه
orada.
انقدر عصبانی داره میو میکنه
Bro, I want to scan and jump.
Ha camda. Demiyoruz nerede?
Altta white altta.
One window.
White giriyor burada galiba. Aynen white'ta tel varsa white'ta mı orada? White altı.
Fight'a smoke attım.
Nerede bana?
Ananı sikime sattım ölmedi. Girdi galiba bilmiyorum. Emin değilim.
اومده مینو تو یارو منو
White alt hala böyle.
بویا یه داش
Below
منم
girecek. Girmiş öldü. Çaptan oyna. Trapleyecek seni burada adam. Tam markımda şurayı üstten tarayabiliyor musun? Ya. Aldık hemen.
بابا یارو از این بر اومد
Ne tutuyor?
ما تو اینجا چی کار میکنی کیرم تو مثل نرداخت با فیلم هنوم زاده یا آشقال
3 vs 4 deniyoruz gameplay amına koyayım.
است چونه داداش اگه ببینم کمونه کیرم
علی داد تایلند
کیرم تو دهنت لو بالا سر 90 داداش اسکش بازی و کلا شروع کردی داجی ماشاءالله لو ازم برو کنارش که مسخره زر جون مسخره زر کونی من مسخره زر کال نمیدی پوره آش ببین خودت این بازی رو شروع کردی میخوام برینم تو مغزت داداش پوره زنده است
بله
Ama da neye sattım gitmedi ya. Kurdu server sikiyor.
خب این چی گفتم
نه نگو گفت یارو من از لبی زد ولی نگفت نگفت خوردم که
دیگه شرمنده به صحبتت کرد
Hadi bakalım oynayın ama.
شرمنده
Demiyor olacak.
Onları mikro
نوعی که پنجره اتاق هم بازه در اتاق هم بسته است و این الان جریان هوا رو حس میکنه میدونه من بازم بره بیرون من صدام داد در واقع
بیرون اصلا نمیبرینه
بیرون دیگه نمیاد دیگه میخورنش
این دفعه پیش رفته بیرون با دوتا بهو زده
خودت ببریش مثلا بگردنیش
آره قلاده
ببری نمیشه که نبری
بنیم یه قلاده ببن تا خوبت هم یه قلاده ببن
انقدر کس خودم یعنی اوکی اساسا میبریش بیرون بذاریش رو زمین نره همینطوری برای خودشه و این برای
آره دیگه میزش رو زمین میره میگه
خودشی پایینن
اسما سالایز
Nerede o Demir?
Pıcım.
Ya oğlum nasıl hiç trade kalıyor sikeceğim artık ya. Random tarıyor ben ölüyorum amına. Hello don't have can. One attic, outside attic.
Poco gayna.
Gene
Nerede lan?
Armory. Red. Çok. Attic. Nice. Inside. Good job.
رانم شیرم تو مادرت با ریلود رانم میده
Mercat canı seni siktim şimdi. Amına koyayım demek demiyor oynuyorsunuz ha. Gel bakayım.
حاجی اینا کسخلن
Bunlar gay falan
همینجوری
katar
تیر
ya.
زده شما مردیم
Not register abi. Abi adamlar 3 vs 4 demiyor salıyorlar ama innak ya. Ali Monti'yi çekti.
Vuramaz bu arada ya. Bilmiyorum.
من زدم حاجی زدم
بیرون کرد تو کنه
زدمش
Ali scan them.
Inside.
Hadi meeting'e gitti amına koyayım. Ne yapıyor bu? Çizgi kafası.
زدم رو زمین اصلا 10 تا پوینتش هم میاد
Oğlum alta gitmiş bunlar.
Yani fake yapıyor amına koyayım ya yukarıda Osman amına koyayım.
Side is
Emin
basement.
misin?
Bilmiyorum aşağıya reinforce.
Ali çek.
Maybe basement.
yap.
Ben
Emin
bir
misin
bakayım
basement
ya.
oğlum?
Bilmiyorum. Hatch'i niye kapasın lan? Hatch'ini kapamaz amına koyayım bu arada.
Yeah, go ahead,
Yukarı gidiyorlar
reinforcing
ya da
the
fake
hatch.
yapıyor amına koyayım. Ben bulurum şimdi orayı. Fake yapıyor amına koyayım. Bak işte.
Dur ben drone'luyum. Altta adamlar altta.
Osman'ı bir vuralım da önce bayıtalım.
Where are they? Basement?
Shield'ı çeksene onu. Yes.
Ya.
One on door, service door. Careful.
Hadi trekking kapkan.
ماجرا خیلی کسخولی رو
علی.
مخازه میکنه باشه میشه نگاه حرام داره
بازی نمیکنه
ها؟
موب بازی نمیکنه نه بابا میری در یارو حالا دیگه بیبریم بالا یا اش بیار تو بریم بالا
بریم بالا چیکار کنیم بالا خبره بالا یه بالا
اینو چیز بیا
Ove çıktı.
هاوس میرن پنجره بری تو
میرن بالا داداش.
Ha öbürü de tavır ses. Ya da önünde bir yerden.
Ben kitchen buradan.
Killer olabilir. Killer de killer de. Uçuracağım o zaman.
Abi برم چون
Amına koyayım. Tavır ses bu arada.
Tamam void verim tu.
Kapına bastık.
Normal.
Kur çıkmış lan gel kur gel kur.
Diğeri nerede?
Tavır ses. Dostlar dikkat.
Biri miydi gol hala?
پوریا دوست داشتیم لاغر مردنی بودی ولی خارج بودی.
Rezer.
مهم نبود چی بودم.
Tower ses'e doğru bakıyor.
Onlar yok. Bekle.
دارم برو خالیه.
Yok kalmadı.
Tavır ses.
پوریا ولی کسی هم نبود تو لاین.
Beni fotoğrafta
Yat lan aşağıya. Bayağı iyiydi benden. Başka şansı yok ki kesiyorum çaprazdan çünkü. İyi kanserledik bunları. Fukara ace. Gelmeye götün yemedi mi?
Yeneceğiz.
Aynen.
Seni ne kovalayacağım ama.
یکی کلوای به
بابا بیگ ویندوی خارکوسه
Oğlum baktım adam yukarı geziyor salak. İçerisi site tek niye amına koyayım sana? Mal mıyım ben? Değil mi?
من داشتم
Kerem,
میدویدم
bak,
به
öyle
اونجا
camına.
که اینقدر کسی
Aman
بکمو
ha.
نداد.
Ali
گیر
step
توش.
rank shield be.
میگه کیری خورد.
کپشو گفت محمد من ازت تو آکو
Üstteler.
نه گفته از جلوش زدی نگفتی
I'm changing it. I mean AFK. Wait a second.
Ya Ali don't solar gameplay
İki
bro.
kişi
Ali.
oynuyoruz ki. Amına.
Okay, okay.
Sen mi geldin Ali? Kapkan almış üstüme niye gelmedin diye amına. Kapkana mı basacaksın? Göte bak.
من میخواستم بمونم بابا هیچ
نگه
اینقدر
داخل
پیش
لام
نداد
من.
گفتم الان شما رفتید تو پوریا جلو تو اونجا
رژیم
بیام
هستین
سری
آمونه.
نزدیک خدای من
Aqua.
Kavira var ha herhalde.
Olabilir. Mega Kaveri Ali.
Okay, okay.
Dök there.
Wait a second. Second floor or basement
Upstairs.
again?
Upstairs.
Ne yapayım Ali?
Bana
Beşi vurdu.
Kavera. Nereden vuruyor?
Garajdan vurdu garajdan. İsket ön garaj. Amına kodum. Yine bak nerede durmuş amına. Hadi can you rest?
Attım şey attım. Nomad attım. Çıkamaz. Yukarı rez Ali yukarı rez.
Aklı gibi açar. Garaj geldi.
همون اینه کیری یعنی رد شد اومد ما رو گاهی
Bro, I headshot this guy but not that. In 3 rounds.
Drone diyeceğim Kerem. Kaverayı bulma. Elçin bir işin önünde. Birinin infosu yok.
Altta biri hala amına koyayım. Gelmeye çalışıyordur vuracağım
آجی
sabah.
برو رپل بیگ ویندو کن بیگ ویندو رو باز کن کسله خب
Tamam
پوریا
nöbet trebim var
اسمش
zaten
بیار.
ya.
محمد به
Sıkıntı
درد
yok.
نمیخوره اینجا به درد میخوره بیا به
Yeni
نوبت
nerede
برو
attım,
بریچارج
geçemez,
پوریا
bilmiyorum.
بریچارج بیار نه همون نوبت بیار که زیرت بزن یا رانت دادن به بریچارج کسب دادن من وای میسم اون
Buraya
رویز
çevirir mi
ته
şapkanla?
تو فقط وا کن بالا سرش واسه کسی اومد زیرش بخوابه بزنت به تو
Kimi
میزنه من
vurdun?
از اون تا
Shield arkası olanı
رو
bilmiyorum.
بزنم
Ananı sikim geri dönmüş mal.
امکان نداره
Bekle
خبر
kaldır beni.
نشن اینا
At nate kaldır.
Kim geldi? Site'a mı geldi?
Evet. Abi biri hard sol lan.
Hayır Elçin işte biri.
Orospu ya. At neydi ölür bu arada. Gördüğünüz default plante geçti.
Lan pencere bazı.
Big window bazı.
Öbürü solunda yakın sana pişiyor.
Alam ya bir tane.
Helal be.
Nice shot.
Sita.
Boss ne?
Çi boz.
Yat amına ke. Yat
Hocam.
amına ke.
Almış yıldı bana kaşıyan mal amına.
ای من ریدم توی دهنت
Mal
تچ
mal görüyorum Kerem beni hala orada zannediyor amına koyayım.
حاجی میتونی با بریچو
Abi
وا کنیم الان
drop'u 14'ün şeyine açılacak. Elden drop'u bağlayacaksın.
Çera,
Play'den
çera.
açılacak. Ne zaman açılıyor
تچرمون
Kerem?
مرده بندید
Hala
دارم
hazır mıyız?
Bugün mail
Hala
gelmezse
hazır
yarın geliyormuş.
Bugün değilse yarın
پشمام
gelecek.
حاجی
işte.
شانسیه که
14'ün,
والبن
aynen.
کردم
Mailine bakarsan
نه
oradan
والبن
bağlayacaksın oradan
نکردم
indirecek
رفتم
kardeşim.
کلیمور
Kendin
Markon. Mark.
میتونم میرم واسه بیا مارک این چپشه یه ذره اونورتر شو
Ama yine alışamadım ki. Adam vuramıyor.
Abi gelecek işte.
Ya bas.
Upstairs'e gel Ali.
ترمایت باید بگی
Yarın gelecek. Bir mail daha gelecek sana. O mailde şey yazacak.
خاطر شما کونی هم مردم
Nedir onun
بابا.
adı?
باز کنین
Kod
دیگه.
mu?
Uplay'nin
حسابو.
kullanıyor musun? İndir veya indirme gelecek. Yok o Haziran'da komple gelecek.
مادر تو گایدم
Tamam bana geldi
نبود
ben
بابا
direkt indirebiliyorum.
خارکسته
şu
یه
an.
رو خط چپ داشتم
Osman Kapkan almış.
رفتیم به
Tam
خاطر
Haziran'da
این
gelecek.
مادر جنده
Kapaltı
دو
burada.
ساعت چیز
Şeyin altından
کردیم
çıkacak, platform.
خارکسته ناخون کجاست
Oraya mı vurdu şeye mi vurdu? Cama mı vurdu?
Cama değil de şeyin altına vurdu.
Ha buraya vurmuş evet.
Ya yarın
He's
gelecek.
gonna run out classroom I guess.
Ya oğlum bunu okudum ben okudum. Duydum ama ne koyayım. Kerem'e kulaklık çalıştı. Gördün değil mi? Kerem. Kerem drone'layacağım.
Ya buradan girmem ya.
Kapkan var şurada bak bir tane. Burada da kapkan var. Burada da Melis'i var.
Öleceksin lan öleceksin. Ranat atıyor.
Kim atıyor?
Video.
Ben bandanayım onları. Bana mı atıyor? Vigil altta. Eskiyi trackliyorum.
Video bana koşuyordu.
Koştu. Dead. Down yaz Kerem.
Öyle mi yazdın?
vs 5 atak istersen yazacağım. 'Lan geçen rant yazdık ya amına koyayım 3-2 iken. Sala şeye bak amına koyayım ne alıyor? Amına koyayım 3080'e var 1 vuruyorlar amına koyayım. Böyle oyun yayıncı mı olur amına koyayım?
Elinize kolunuza sağlık. Çok iyiydi ya.
Elinize sağlık.
Oğlum sen öyle yana atacağını duydum ben oradan. Söyledim Kerem'e çıkacak bunu bayıldı dedim.
Sen camı niye kırdın ki orada amına koyayım? Eşek gibi duyuluyordu ses.
Demin drone'u kırdım. Baktım sağa sola drone da yok.
Dışarıdan
benim
duydum
drone.
ben. Pirana
Dışarıda
kulak,
benim
kardeşim.
drone.
Dışarıda mı drone?
Evet.
Götünü sikeyim amına koyayım.
Aynen amına koyayım. 3 de değil amına koyayım. Ali'nin ilk 2 round oyunu yoktu. 2 ve 4 oynuyoruz. Deimos oynuyor amına koyayım. Tryhard diyor.
Sanki benim vardı. 2-3'te o zaman.
Dışarıda drone sevliyorlar oğlum. Böyle bir şey yok ya.
Kerem demedi mi bu çıkar diye bunu bayılttı.
Ali abi o Atink rotasyonu siz mi açtınız yoksa bizden mi açtınız?
Ben
Siz
açtım oğlum
açtınız.
demiyorsa. Ben açtım.
Her
ben
şeyi
de
mi?
bilmiyorum.
Geçmeli. Aynen geçmeliği biz
He.
açtık.
Oğlum senin geçtiğini gördüm ben oraya. Geçtim oraya. Elçin saftir gibi gezdi.
Ben de bir daha geçer diye oraya Frost Trap'i koydum.
Yok orada Atiye'ye geçtiğini duymadık abi biz. O yüzden sağda bekliyorduk.
Oğlum
Sound'a
bomba
gitti
attım.
orada.
Osman kaçarken
Aynen.
ben girdim işte oraya bomba atarken.
Aynen güzel taktik.
Ben
Baktım
öyle dedim
Elçin'i...
bomba atarken geçmiştim.
Ama Kerem
dedi, ben-
seni ne vurdum ya kaç defa.
Ben anlamadım.
Hiç-
Ben vuruyorum gitmiyor.
Ama
Ama
şey-
böyle işim
Mesut abi
komedi.
VS'ye geliyor mu? Kastma.
Garibim
Hadi
Elçin de
bence
orada...
bunun ardına Ali ile
Bayıldı
vs
Elçin.
bence gerekir.
Abi nasıl bayıldın
Gerçek
ama Elçin
King
orada?
kimmiş görelim.
Abicim 20 canlı adam aldım.
Ömer
Ya
falan
maç
gelmedi
sonu
abi.
konuşmak da ne bileyim Ali abi yakışıyor mu sana?
Maç önü konuşsan ne olacak? Gene yeneceğiz.
Ya Kerem oynamasa yarrağımı yiyorsun amına koyayım ya.
Ya bir
Adam
siktir git
14
abi
vurdu
ya.
ya. Elçine spawn
Bana ne
attı.
amına?
Kerem
Ölmeyeceğiz amına koyayım. Bana ne ya Allah Allah.
Şimdi map'e girin önce map'e. Alo.
Elçin sağ diyor.
Aleyküm.
Aleykümselam.
Aleyküm selam.
Alihan direkt şey atıyor amına koyayım. Prefire atıyor spawn'ı vurdum gene.
He bana da attı
Alihan da
Prefire.
gelmemiş ya.
Kim lan?
Hakkım var.
Yalnız Ali abi. O
He.
şeyin üstündeki sendin değil mi?
Ben de duydum.
Siz oyun mu oynuyorsunuz?
Platformdakini demiyorum oğlum. Ben duydum onu sağdan bu açtı beni oradan vurdu dedim garajdan.
Jutke vs atıyoruz gel.
Apple sesini duydu. 2 kişiyi gördüm de birini incirladım.
Ali'nin şey orospulu amına koyayım. Gelip bir kapıya şey atıyor amına roket atıyor.
Geliyorum 4'e 3'müş. 4'e 3'sünüz. 3 kişilik olan takıma gireyim ben.
Şey karma yapıyoruz. Neyse bir gel de.
Geliyorum.
Ali abi sen aşağı inebiliyor musun? Spectre bilmem neye.
İnebiliyorsun. CTRL'de bas iniyor herkes. Herkes inebiliyor.
Niye ne yapacaksın Spectre'ı?
Yok biz karmaya katılmıyoruz
Tamam
ya.
siz o zaman şey yaparsınız yazı tura. Sağ sol mu
Ben
diye anladın?
katılamıyorum ki.
Ha öyle yapacağız öyle yapacağız. CTRL'ye basacaksın abi CTRL'ye.
Lan geçebiliyorsun be.
Ha.
Ali abi Ömer yazmadı mı?
Hemen ne oldu belli değil.
VS'de
Başlatma. Abi geliyorum ben başlatma.
Amına koyayım VS'yi
Hadi
duran
gel ya.
ölü taklidi
ya.
yapıyor amına koyayım baksana.
Abi adamları yedim ama orada bombayı attım bir baktım kerizler hemen önüme
Adam Silver amına koyayım. Bıdı yapıyor. Aa!
Beni ilgilendirmez
şeye
abi.
bak ya.
Amına kodum şatkan almış orada yakında bekliyorsun ya çakal.
Ne yapayım? Yapıyoruz bir şeyler de yani adamlar yok öyle böyle.
Sen de şatkan smoke
Adam,
oynuyor ya çakal.
adam 14 vurmuş amına koyayım. Çıkartmıyor. Ne olduğu belli. Buna ağzına laf verdik. Bunu nasıl konuşuyor bıdı ya?
Amına koyayım sen de vur 14. Kardeşim
O da-
3080'in var 3 vuruyorsun ya. Ayıp oğlum
Tamam
ya.
5090 alsam 5'e 9 gideceğim demek.
Odayı kim kurdu?
Fark etmiyor. Kime ekliysen söyle atsın. ya.
Hadi hoşçaş.
Abi Mesut görüyorsun nasıl toksik diye amına koyayım. Ama abi,
ya.
Ben ağzımı
Kerem'e-
açmadım bu arada.
Osman
Kerem'e
abi
spawn
atma.
atma yasağı getireceğim amına koyayım.
Ne getireceksin?
Kerem'e
Ya bir de
spawn atma yasağı.
Ghost'un yani.
Babacım
Öyle
ben
yani.
sordum. Ben başta sordum. Dedim ki
Şaka yapıyorum ya.
kural var mı? Bilerek spam var mı diye sormadım. Yok diyecekti çünkü herkes.
Lan abi spam söyledin de amına koyayım geldi bana
Normal
prefire
oyunda
atıyor
nasıl
ya.
oynuyorsa herkes öyle oynayacak.
Ne oluyor zaten amına koyayım bir prefire atıyor görmen lazım.
Spam yok.
Alihan abi-
Karşı karşı
Alihan
geliyor.
abi-
Kafaya
oluyor?
sıkmak yok.
abi? Prefire.
Alihan sana burada
Ali
orada
abi-
kaç yana gitti senin?
Hangisi?
Ali abi
abi?
aşağı gel. CTRL'ye bas bir.
Garajdan.
Aleykümselam.
Ha, garajda 88 canım kalmıştı abi. Tamam.
Aa bir tane tuttururum sana.
İyiydin abi.
Osman sen garajdan mı vurdun lan şeyi? Nakamura'yı.
Ya garajdan
Inferno'dan.
duydum ben onu ya.
Garajdan.
Şatkan vurdu bir tane oraya. Anladım ben onu.
Vurduktan- ya ben incir şeyden sonra duydun ama ben sıktıktan sonra. Duysan ne duymasan ne?
Ne yapıyorsun şimdi Osman?
Bakayım gelen var mı? Mesut abiye sorduk şimdi.
Mesut
Abi,
maç
yani
izleyeceğim
başlıyor
diyor
ya oğlum.
babamla. Ya bırak
Başlamış
şunu
mı
abi.
maçı?
Yok.
Okey.
Başlıyor, bir dakika mı kalmış ne?
Başlamış.
O zamansa kime soralım? Alihan bir sayı söyle. Birden 5'e kadar olsun.
4 abi.
Abi Osman ranked girmeye korkuyor biraz düşer diye. Bunu oynuyor ondan.
Bu sefer defans başlayın. Tamam bu sefer ben defans olan takımdayım. Ali abi atak olan takımda olacak. Öyle yapalım o zaman. Yazı
Sen şu an niye sayı seçtirdin?
Sufleye 5 kere bas, 4 kere basacağım işte.
4 kere basma ya. Çok çevirmiyor. Fazla bas. 2 katını bas.
Diyorsun.
Hı hı. Ne bak.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Defansım. Yine aynı takım oldum amına koyayım.
Bir daha bas. İyi mi?
Bu sefer Ali ile şeyi bana verdi. Hadi bakayım iyi. Ya bakalım nakamı da. Şimdi siktim
Bak,
seni amına
beğenince
koyayım.
Bu ne oğlum? Cehennem amına koyayım. Nasıl random amına koyayım? Bu nasıl takım seçme amına koyayım?
Ali.
Oğlum,
Ali Case.
Sen nasıl takım seçtin amına koyayım?
Efendim abi. Efendim.
İyiyiz.
Aman ha.
Oğlum bu nasıl takım seçme amına koyayım ya? Amına koyayım yenilince Osman amına koyayım.
Aa Clubhouse geldi lan.
Trap
Sırayla-
açmışsın demek ki.
Sırayla dönüyor bitince.
Koç map değişiyor.
Şans.
Aa Clubhouse ne? Bana şunu amına
Oğlum
koyayım. İkiniz de
ben
oynamayın.
ekrana bak böyle bir baktım Osman diyor ki bu takım bu diyor amına koyayım.
No
Abi
Osman.
8 kere
No.
bastım. 2 katını bastım.
No.
Aynı takım oldu.
Nasıl 8 kere bas? Çekseydin yine kura amına koyayım. Demi Osmanlayan da ne bileyim amına koyayım.
Bu piç no Osman no diyor. Alo.
Ali de no diyor.
Deimos'u banlama diye.
Aynen öyle.
Nereden biliyor kardeş?
Lan aynı takımdayız amına.
Ali bizden mi?
Aha.
Ha tamam.
Amına koyayım benim
Lan,
takıma bak.
İftira,
Berkay'ı
iftira atacağını. İftira atacağını atamadım.
cehennemden kovulanlar amına koyayım.
Abi bizim takım ikinci sese geçsin bence.
He?
Bizim takım ikinci sese geçsin oyun odası 2'ye.
Dur oğlum şu banlar bitsin de.
Bunu banlamayalım.
Cehennem-
Tam bunu mu banlıyoruz?
Banla
Şunu
ya.
banlayın da siz de oynamayın ama bok gibi karakteri ya.
Bu Ali Case şey mi? Osman abi senin arkadaşın vardı bir tane Ali diye. O mu?
Yok o
Ali-
değil. O devrim
Burada
Ali.
oğlum karşıda görmüyor musun?
O da
Karşıda.
burada.
Ha 2 tane Ali
Gel,
varmış.
bir-
3 tane
Bütün
Ali var.
deliler burada amına koyayım.
Ali abi
Catwalk mu tuttum peki?
Güzel.
Bunlar neydi almaz ya. Şunu alayım bari.
Adamlar outside'da drone seviliyor. Amına koyayım ya.
Ben 3 kişiyiz amına koyayım. Ne yapacak?
Ben onu bilmiyordum bir de var ya. Orada öldüm. Nasıl kızdım dedim. Amına koyayım bu spam pik mi
Alo.
kaldı? Niye bakıyorsun oraya?
Ya یه ساعت میرم میام.
Oregon'un ben her şeyini biliyorum amına koyayım.
داداش امین داره میاد
میدونم
آره.
الان
4 تایم نمیخوای بیای
Nereye gidelim ya? Aşağı mı şuradan? Sen şimdi red'e tutsana. Şey gelmez herhalde. O zaman main gelir mi lan?
Bilmiyorum ki.
Rotate var mı Elçin?
Burada var.
Mevrik yakıyor, mevrik yakıyor.
Biri de Red Bull'dan.
Dev mevrik Ali.
Red tarafı. Bridge açıldı.
Aa, Red Bull'da 34 keyfi. Ali you can run out Ali. Hard right breach, hard right breach. So he dropped I guess Ali. Stok mu geliyor? Stok I guess. Stok galiba. Aynen.
Launch.
چیکار دارید به اومد ارسلان اومد دارم با
Neyi söyleyeyim lan? Tokatlı arkadaş arayacağım seni akşama diyor şey. Musti Aral.
Beni niye arıyormuş ya? Lan bu siteye VS geleceğim mi? VS gel bari.
VS
Bir bok
deme
yapar.
şunu amına koyayım. Kastım de. Ben
Niye,
de
VS değil mi?
VS diyorum ama değil. Bu arada o VS ödüllü turnuvasını yapmadık mı Kerem?
Kazanan belli. İkinciler düşünsün. Beni bağlamaz. Akşam arayacağım diye şimdi arıyor amına koyayım bu. Tamam geliyormuş aslında gelsin.
Sonuncu drone kim bilir Allah bilir nerede abi.
2 drone var.
DC'yi sana şeyden atsın ya Muski.
Atarım birazdan.
Aa.
Güzel bir abi.
İnjur. Oğlum site boş lan bunlar. Site'e girmişsin tünelde.
Bro, this guy never died. I don't know, he's passing my shot.
من بودم بابا امین اصلا استارت
Bana da raci, bana da زنگ بزن.
زرتا چی بگم داداش؟
Drop them low, Osman.
بخندیم یه
This guy
ذره
low
امشب.
HP, it's
یه
hunk.
جمع است اجلی.
خب حاجی اصلا من استارت نکردم.
حالا بهش میگو دیگه یه چیزی کم نمیشه ازت. من زنگ زدم.
Link shotgun şey... Knock shotgun oynuyor lan.
چی میگی حاجی؟ پیغون پس کن واسه کی میذاری بابا خار کاسه در بدر.
Gelecek bu amına koyayım.
برای کی اولا که من استارت نکردم. هاست
علی نه
امین بود هاست چونی تو میترسم این یک میگن دوامی که استارت میکردیم امین هاست بود دو پیغون پس خون واسه من نزا بچه جون
Harbi kan gerisi işler değişir bu arada. Denge bozulur.
چرا نمیای بیا خونه بیا بیا خونه بیا
Adam 14
تو
pro
گیم نتی نه بدبخت اکبر آره ساعت 11 باشگاه باز ها آرکاسته بکن
O zaman karma yapamayız ki. Aylabayla belki yapabiliriz.
ما اونجا شدیم مسئول بازگردانی
CT kim lan? Ama duyuldu ki. Aman aman duyuldu ki. Geç kaldım ya. Infect'imi kim aldı ya?
onda کلیک 160 رنگ زیبای ناردوکره تقدیم شد به حمید عزیزم. حمید عزیز ورزشکار کشتیگیر.
Ben şimdi kafanda olan dikkat et.
کیف کردیم با مرد بزرگوار معامله کردیم. تبره علی عزیزم.
Login de şey çıkacağım ben. Abi bir yerden yiyor.
خیلی ممنون که همین ما رو انتخاب کردید. قربونت برم مبارک.
açıldı galiba.
Aynen bridge açıldı öyle.
Tekrar oraya rotate edeceğim. CC camı var. Loji dropladı, loji dropladı. Öldü.
Amına koyayım ya.
Altta last altta.